I forgot when you send somebody something direct message, all of their media is all in one spot. You don't have to keep scrolling. Or you just go to like. Oh, we're live now. We get the music going. Yeah, I don't hear anything. We're gonna get a better setup for a live.
Well, I must have not been paying attention when you were just talking to me. Do you think that you could repeat the question? And I listen more attentively. There must have been something in all of that nothing that wasn't quite so easy to see. And I must have missed something when you were just talking to me. Meet me at the Worthing House to get your mother's car. I'll be drinking with the junkies and the queens. You can't find me writing love songs in the warm light of the bar, smoking cigarettes and spending all my dreams. Well, meet me at the Worthing House if you can find the time, and we'll reminisce about the things we've lost, and we'll drink a toast to the lingering ghosts of the barflies who have died in the warm embrace of a secret holocaust. Think of me singing Bobby McGee when you're hanging out.
Like in the regular one.
Oh, I don't mind just a little. It's driving me out of my mind. Oh, could you spare me the riddle and hand me a bottle of something that's hollow I can climb inside? It's a Lifetime movie of the week starring you, and I must have not been paying attention when you were just talking to me. Do you think that you could repeat the question? And I listen more attentively. Well, there must have been something in all of that nothing that wasn't quite so easy to see. And I must have missed something when you were just talking. I saw your lips moving, but my head was out walking. I must have missed something when you were just talking to me.
You can't hear me over the music.
I must have missed something when you were just talking. I must have missed something when you.
Because I'm not hearing me through there, and I've been talking the whole time. Just my mic needs to go low. We're trying over here. Can you hear me though? Because I'm not coming through the speaker. He's got me live, but I'm not. My voice isn't coming out. Oh, okay, all right. So, hey, listen, we're live here at Brando's. I'm with Billy from Brando's over here. We're gonna be eating some sandwiches, and I'm gonna be getting a cod. I got all kinds of rigatonis over here, and some chicken with Alfredos. Who's Alfredo? Is he working for you? Yeah, Alfredo's working for him. He makes the sauce over here. So we're sitting there with Billy. We're at the old Harrison's Roast Beef live today from 2 to 4. We got off a little late, so we'll stick around a little late if we can. We're going to be eating some food. We're going to be going through the menu. We're going to talk a little politics. We got. Unfortunately, I hate to do it, but it's the show. It's the brand of the show. We got a politician coming on, but he'll be good. I promise. What's up?
Be nice.
I want to be nice. Intern girl is here. Listen, I'm going to get to Billy to say, but let me just thank our sponsors because even though we're Brandos today, we have other sponsors too. Let's get that show on the road here. Hold on. All right. We got, of course, Century 21 McLennan Real Estate, Brandos in Haverhill, Brandos North Andover over here, Town Roofing, Chachi's Junk Removal, La Despierte Lawrence, the Zanny Pesh Law Office over here, On the Go Notary, Marston and Son Construction, EIS Investigation and Gun Training. I lost my place. AFC Urgent Care, Tomo and Shaken Seafood, Veteran Pathways. This list gets longer and longer. Prime Insurance, the Doug Mercurio Law Office. We don't have a Pleasant Valley landscaping contractor Kim today, but at some point we'll get intern girl on camera. We'll talk about Dave Consoli over there. 4-Star Lighting, and of course a free shout out to my buddies Paul Lambert at Lambert and Rendon and JG's Ice Cream because the Freda brothers are just awesome. And even on a day like today, you come to Brando's, you get yourself a cutlet sandwich, and then you go to JG's Ice Cream and get some ice cream because it doesn't matter how cold it is. It's always a good day for JG's Ice Cream. So we're here at Brando's, and Billy brought me a whole bunch of food here. He brought me the rigatonis, the rigabatonis, and some meatballs. And I'm not even sure it's a meatball. It could be a big rice ball. I'm not sure. But all kinds of great food. And, of course, the French fries is what I'm not supposed to have, which is what I've been eating for the last 20 minutes. Billy.
Yes.
Tell people about the new Brando's. How did you do this?
Well, we just got a phone call out of the blue. We had opened up in Haverhill back in October. Can you hear me? All right. We opened up in Haverhill back in October, and right out of the gate, we were a big firestorm. So, and then Dean, that owned this property over here, called me in January and said that the property is going to be available. And I grew up in Haverhill, knowing what Harrison's was, knowing the property all my life. And I just said, we got to take a shot with it, and so we cut a deal, and here it is, Brando's Part 2.
Well, we know Brando's has great chicken cutlets. I've always had great chicken cutlets. You brought back the old recipes with Scott Brandolini, who's the grandson of the original Brando's. And at some point before we go off today, we're going to take the camera. We're going to walk through the kitchen, show everybody how you guys make the magic. But you want to tell people, come on down. What's the address here?
80 Chickering Road, North Andover.
North Andover.
North Andover.
North Andover over here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
At the old Harrison's roast beef, and we got a great menu. I actually just had it. I don't know what I did with it. There it is.
Yeah.
And you get all kinds of things. So, what the Cardinal sandwich is my favorite, right? That's the prime rib sandwich with OG sauce. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to eat it all at once. You can't take it home because it's so good. If you take it home, it's not the same. It's a 10 when you eat it here. It's only like a 9.5 when you bring it home. So
we try to tell people to, or at least take it right home and eat it
right away. Right.
Just because the prime rib is fresh, and we cook our prime rib, we refrigerate it, and then we slice it when it's cold.
Nice.
And then we put it in the au jus.
Right.
And that's how we put the peppers and the onions and the provolone cheese on a toasted seeded roll.
Nice. So I'm going to read some menu items here. You tell me what's in it, all right?
Okay.
So let people at home know. You got the fugazi.
Fugazi is all our Italian cold cuts, but it's the fugazi is more of the Italian people are used to around like the more the Greek pizza shops and stuff like that. So it's not as over the top Italian as our.
It's got salami in it.
It's got salami. It's got mortadella. The cheeses, the more the vegetables, all that stuff. So,
well, how about the high? How you doing over there?
The how you doing is the more
That's the
Italian
sandwich, by the way. I wasn't just being funny.
Yeah, so it's the more Italian sandwich with the gabagool, and it's got the colpa, and
stuff,
it's got
the all these Italian words. Nobody knows what they mean.
Yeah.
You gotta walk around with a dictionary when you come to an Italian.
Nah, they just mean it's good. That's what it is. So.
All right, now what about the Hitman?
The Hitman is a spicy sandwich.
That should just be called the Billy Griffin.
No, but they that's all the spicy cold cuts. That's got the long huts in it. It's got the Calabrian chilies in it. So if you got a weak palate, you don't want to eat that sandwich.
Right, now there's one here that I think it's got a word missing. That's called "You Breaking in Mine."
Yeah, those.
What is it? You breaking
right
in
here?
So
those are
breaking in my balls, right?
Those are the meatballs.
Oh, the meatball.
Yeah.
See
and
that?
Our biggest saying is the bigger than your sister's head.
I'm not touching that.
Okay.
I'll address that with Nick Dizoglio in a few minutes. I'm sure he'll have something to say. And what about the forget about it over there?
Forget about it. It's basically our cutlets. You get it in chicken, veal, eggplant, however you want. So sauce, cheese. We have the 2 different styles of bread. We get the regular Tripoli bread, and they also make us the seeded bread. Mm-hmm. So you can get it either way, toasted, not toasted. I took a
picture of intern girl. Has some rigatoni's over there.
Yeah, she's eating a Cadillac chicken.
What sauce is that? That sauce looks good.
It's the vodka sauce.
The vodka sauce. Yeah. Is it real vodka?
She's eating.
I'll be there all day if it's real vodka.
Yeah, we use real vodka. So, and we
don't eat and drive here at the.
We toss the rigatoni and vodka sauce, top it with chicken cutlet, more vodka sauce, fresh burrata cheese, and then pesto. Nut free always.
Now, what's this Cadillac sandwich?
Cadillac is the same thing she's eating, but it's on a sandwich.
Oh, it's on a sandwich,
with the vodka.
And the white guy, what's a capicola? I feel like I need to move to Italy to learn any of these words.
It's the spicy salamis.
Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah, capicola.
So you have something spicy here. I was like, how do you not have spicy?
The hitman will burn your face off.
All right, okay.
All right.
What else we got? Did I forget anything? The Gotti.
You asked if I had a spicy sauce.
Right, that's true. We only got to have a spicy sauce.
So the Gotti is the spicy sausage. Okay. Broccoli rabe. Okay.
Spicy sausage?
And broccoli rabe.
I'm going to take one of those for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a spicy guy. I smoked for 30 years. So I have a hard time tasting some of my food, so the spicier it is, the better.
Okay.
Anyway. So anything else you want to say to anybody about the Brandos? How long you been open now?
We've only been open about 6 weeks now.
That's awesome.
7 weeks.
That's awesome. And every time I drive by, there's a line.
Yeah. No, we've been fortunate. This time of the year is a little bit slow, and we've been maintaining pretty nicely. And
what were you doing before this?
I mean, I'm in the restaurant equipment business.
Right.
So affordable restaurant equipment in Haverhill. It's what I've been doing my whole life.
But you're also doing food for the homeless. You're going to TMF every Wednesday night, giving food to the homeless, and even
just going down just to talk and support.
And then you're doing, and I can never remember the name. I'm sorry, but the place in Haverhill that
Common Ground
that you take care of, and they have a pretty amazing program too.
They have an unbelievable program. Yeah. So, and we deliver pizzas there at 12 o'clock every Wednesday.
Nice. You got anchovy?
No. I go out and actually buy the pizzas.
Oh, you buy the pizzas?
Yeah, I don't make them. I buy them, and we just deliver them every Wednesday.
If you ever need a grocery girl showed up. So
nice.
Need a grocery girl.
Nice.
She'll take care of you. She does my grocery shopping for me.
You got a mate.
I got to admit, I do have a very easy life these days.
Every time I see you on social media with a different girl, I mean, eating a different meal, but from the same restaurants.
Well, yeah, because
Sevmar and Sal's.
And then a few other places that we like.
Yeah. What's that?
He lives on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live right next to Sal's. I'm on Main Street.
I know exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm right around the corner.
Yep. I've been there. Thank you.
Plus.
Over here.
What's that, the tortellini salad? Yeah, it's good stuff. But, it's we've been very blessed. So it's summertime right now in North Andover.
I was hoping the future Mrs. Duggan she was on her show this morning. I was hoping she was going to leave her show and come here to spend time with us. But no, she's got other things to do. See how she is? I book her on my show. I get her on Intern Girl's show. We make her famous, and then I don't matter anymore. I know. That's a whole week ago. See that car she picked me up in?
Well, you brought it
that was unbelievable.
You brought it to my Haverhill store, right?
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
She likes the.
I remember.
She likes the Cadillac sandwich. I think she said.
Was it the Cadillac or the Cardinal?
No, I had the Cardinal. I think she had the Cadillac.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, over here. Hey, Triple XL. How much are the shirts?
I don't have any today, but I got some coming in.
I don't want it for free. I want to contribute.
Nah, it's always free for you, buddy.
No.
Always free for you.
So once a month, we want to do a food restaurant show with you as my co-host, and we'll bring in the owner of another food place, and we'll help them promote it. We'll talk about like different food items and what's.
Well, I do.
People love food.
I do build restaurants for a living, so I have a lot of friends that will come in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And
tell them short money, couple $100, we'll promote the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm retired, so I don't need money.
Yeah.
Honestly, I pay myself almost nothing from this paper.
Well, if I had your money, I'd burn mine. But no, I could certainly get a lot of people to come in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We get
maybe we can even do like live stuff like this. We work the kinks out a little bit more, and maybe we can do live at their shop.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm all for it.
what's
you
your favorite restaurant in the Merrimack Valley that you're not doing business with? Like somebody you just like for the sake of liking it.
As far as
Food.
food
Yeah.
wise, I mean, in the Merrimack Valley,
Yeah.
It's funny because I grew up, all the greats are gone.
Yeah.
The
Bishop's,
Cedar Crest, Bishops.
Yeah.
The real Roma.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, Grotto Casanelli's on River Street in Haverhill. But there's I love Mac Daddies. They're friends of mine. There's
Yeah, we're gonna try to get up there because
Yeah.
we see them on Facebook all the time. We got to get up to try Mac Daddies.
yeah. There's a location in Bradford and one in Amesbury, and
Yep.
and Dave and Jess do a real good job.
Yep.
So I built out their place in Bradford for them when they first opened up, and
Nice.
got them up and running. And the kid,
And if they don't pay, you just show up.
That's all.
Yeah, take them for a
Yeah,
ride to the
that's
train
all.
station.
That's all. The train station. And,
I watch too many movies. That's just me. I have no life, so I'll
give them a ride in the back of the trunk of the big Ford Continental. You know what I mean? So that's funny.
Yep.
But so it's things are great. You guys have been a big help for us too. We've got a lot of. I mean, it's about time you friggin' just put some newspapers out in my front hallway out here. You guys slipping. You know what I'm saying?
I will talk to. I think who does North Andover? Oh, Kristen does North Andover. We'll take care of. He knows he's supposed to be here. Well, you guys were closed for a while, so he got discouraged because you used to come when it was Harrison's and he used to deliver.
Yep.
And then they closed.
Yeah.
So he stopped coming. So we had to just kind of remind him when you guys reopened.
Right. No, that's good. I mean, I'm very grateful for you guys.
Yeah.
Very grateful.
All I
You're
know
a good.
is
You're
I
a good man.
managed-
I just want to send I want to send a shout out to Tom Duggan, and the shout out is I couldn't have been more impressed when I went to the Valley Bash and what you guys did for those kids.
Thank you.
And everything else. And I see Michael from TMF and his mother Nancy and his sister and them, how dedicated they are and how dedicated you guys are. And honestly, it inspires me.
Oh, that's
You know
nice.
what I mean? Seeing the stuff that you
I
guys
don't hear
are
that
doing.
very often.
And you were dressed up that night, so I didn't
was.
notice you.
I had to rent the tux.
You know what I mean? So, and
It was a 4XL, but I did rent the tux.
that's all right. It's all right.
I had to go to Abu the tent maker.
Yeah, nice. Or you could call his cousin Omar.
Right,
one of the
right,
two.
yeah. You got it.
So, but yeah, I mean, everybody, even being on your show, I've gotten a lot of traction because of Valley Patriot, and I'm telling all my restaurant friends,
Short money. They should be advertising with
they
us.
should.
They get 10 times
Yeah.
more than what they spend.
They
for,
should be.
Sure.
But it's not even the paper; it's your big mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So, So you got away.
My mother always told me my big mouth would get me in trouble, and I said, well, if that's the case, then I might as well monetize it.
Exactly. So, but no, it's thank you again.
Now, how long ago did you open Brando's in Haverhill?
October.
So just since October, you've just swept the fucking Merrimack Valley right off their feet.
Well, we
In
opened.
6 months, you've
we
completely taken over the food business in
We
Midland Valley.
didn't take over the food business,
You
but we
kinda
opened up, and the first store blew right up. Then we had this opportunity, and I couldn't say no.
We went in the middle of November, so you were open maybe a month. And we waited 30 minutes because there was a line out the door. It was a Saturday afternoon. There was a line out the door. I said, can't remember the last time I stood in line for anything. I don't stand in line for ice cream. I don't stand in line for. I couldn't, and everybody was walking around going, "Oh my God, the sandwich is so big, you can feed a country with these things."
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people come in to order a lot of chicken parm, and then when we hand it to them, they're like, "You made a mistake. I only bought one sandwich." They're so big, we have to cut them and wrap them in two.
Yep,
so
yep.
and I even had the gentleman from Dom's Sausage because we're trying out his steak tips. We're going to start selling Dom's steak tips on our salads and our sandwiches. And he called me up after he came down and got a sandwich. He says, "Hey, I feel guilty. I owe you for another sandwich." And I goes, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "Yeah, I came down. I ordered a large chicken parm. They gave me two." I goes, "No, that's the large.
That's one sandwich cut in half.
That is one sandwich."
Right.
And he just couldn't believe it.
Right.
And they're Dom's Sausage Company. They're a big
That's
company.
great because your customers, you do with your customers what I do with my customers. You give them more than they pay for, and they will always come back, right? Someone buys an ad with me, they pay for a print ad. I give them a free sponsorship on the show. I do free social media shares. And I don't just share it on my page, I share it on the Valley Patriot page, all my friends' pages. And they call me and they go, well, how much extra is that? It's nothing.
Yeah.
You're spending money to help me keep my business going. I want to help you keep your business going. They always come back. If you look at the Valley Patriot now, and you go online and you download a paper from 10 years ago, I haven't lost one advertiser.
Yeah.
They're all the same advertisers. So I treat
Our
my customers the way you
theory is, you know, first of all, we didn't reinvent the wheel here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but our theory is just give them a lot of food at a
good meatballs.
at a decent price. You know what I mean? So you can't give it away.
Yeah.
You know, we still got to make money and pay bills and everything else. You know what I mean? But you know, people definitely don't leave here hungry.
No, for sure.
You know, and so many people come the next time and say, my sandwich I had for lunch the next day. And,
I filled up looking at the menu.
Yeah.
I hadn't even started eating
Yeah.
and I started getting full.
Yeah.
So,
well, one of my friends said, you know, the Italian way. You know, the Italians just give you too much food.
Right.
You know,
as
so,
it should be.
You know, and again, this day and age with gas being over $4 a gallon,
Yep.
everything that's going on, you know, so for you to spend $25 on a sandwich here for one of my chicken parm sandwiches, you can literally go home, husband and wife, and feed
for the
some kids
weekend.
with that,
For
you
sure.
know? So,
and then you get a salad too.
So
we gotta pair you up with Jocelyn from Sedmars.
Yep.
She started bottling her own salad dressing. That's what her house dressing is.
I love her food.
You gotta find a way to get that house dressing in here. It's amazing.
As a matter of fact, sometimes when I DoorDash, I'll DoorDash from them.
Yeah.
So I love their chicken, their rice.
They've got the absolute best Lebanese food anywhere in the country, by far.
No, I love it. They're great people.
And I say that, and she's not an advertiser, so I don't want people to say I'm saying that.
Well, start spending some money, all right?
And they go, oh, but Tom, I'm looking through your paper and I see she's advertising. That's why I said, no, I give her the ad for free because she's my friend, and I eat there because the food is good.
Yeah.
Right?
No, the food is excellent.
Oh, it's amazing. We were just there. I was there with the future Mrs. Duggan a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe how good
I get the chicken shawarma with the rice and the salad. And
the meat grape leaves are great. The kibbe is great.
Yeah.
Just about everything there.
Yeah. No, they do a nice job. And what a night. I built Salem House Pizza.
Well, you did? Yeah.
That was there before them, years and years and years ago.
Before it was Satane.
Yeah, before they took it over. So, and I went in there last year for the first time. And I was wowed, you know? Mm-hmm. So, absolutely wowed.
All right, we're going to let you get back to work. You're going.
I got to go to Haverhill.
You're going to Haverhill now?
Yeah.
You're not heading south, or you already did that for your biker buddies?
It's all done.
Oh, you did it? Okay.
Yeah, I did that. That was done at noontime.
Okay,
so.
Did you tell them I said hi?
I did.
Okay.
I did. So
it's always good to have the Hells Angels on your side.
Well, you know, they're good guys.
I know they like me a little bit. I just want to kind of keep it that way.
Well, they're doing a big fundraiser next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, at the Revere Harley Davidson dealership. So
what's it for?
It's their big pre-kickoff for Bike Week. You know, and these guys raise money for a lot of good causes.
Well, that's what I was asking. So, I'll help them promote it, no cost.
So, and so we're going to be down there cooking food right on site next weekend.
I'll pump them online.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. All good guys. Good guys, you know. The top two guys were at my wedding. You know what I mean? Good, excellent guys. So I love them, you know. So, but thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for having us here. We're going to get Nick Dizoglio in here in a few minutes. We'll talk about politics and, you know, talk about what's going on in the Merrimack Valley.
So, folks, this is where the real shit talking starts. You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. You know, because he can run his mouth all he wants. I'm in business here. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I love everybody. Okay, so.
And I'll take one of them hot sausages to go.
You want the sausage broccoli rabbit sandwiches.
Okay.
That's what you want.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want.
All right. Unless you want, that's what we'll do. We'll get that ready for you.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
Meatballs are great.
Intern girl, thank you so much. And I hate calling you that, Carlota.
She's going to be famous.
Okay.
I'm going to be producing her show someday.
So you're going to be producing her show. That's right. So, all right. Here, I'm going to let you put the important people on now. All right. Thank you, everybody. Brando's, 80 Chickering Road, North Andover.
How come we's Billy's from Brando?
612 Broadway, Haverhill, Mass. All right.
Yeah.
So
485-214.
That's it. That's it. He's talking about my Walpole con number. All right. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Billy. All right. While we're waiting for a transition here, we think some of our sponsors, if we can. Pleasant Valley Landscaping, Contractors, Prime Insurance, the Doug Mercurio Law Office, 4-Star Lighting, Total Mortgage, a free shout out for Total Mortgage. We like them. They're not advertising anymore, but we still like them. Century 21 McLennan Real Estate. Of course, Brandos in Haverhill and North Andover over here. Town Roofing. By the way, Town Roofing is Kristen Maxwell's husband. Andrew does Town Roofing. So if you need roofing, you got to call Town Roofing. They're going to take care of you. Chachi's Junk Removal. Chachi's Junk Removal is the guy that detailed my car.
Okay.
And
Well,
my car has never
big
been
shout
cleaned.
out to him.
What happened?
Big shout out to him.
Yeah, he did a good job. La Despierta Lawrence, that's my Lisi. So I was hanging out with my Lisi. Was it last night? The night before? Thursday night. She didn't apologize? I kind of thought she did. She didn't know? No. All I knew is she cut her hair and I really hate it. But I do love her, so I'm going to give her a chance to grow it. But she got to grow her hair, though. There's just something about women who cut their hair. To me, it makes them look older. Like a woman whose hair is longer, even if she's 45 years old, 40 years old, they look 25, 26.
The next time someone disrespects you, I'm gonna praise them in front of
Well, why not? Why not? She disrespected you?
yes.
Well, we can't have that. I thought when she came on, everything was better. I thought when she came on the show, everything kind of turned out okay.
She didn't apologize.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna have to make that happen. All right, let's get former Methuen City Councilor, current Methuen School Committee member, the guy who thinks that he's going to single-handedly save the schools. Nick Dizoglio is with us.
Can't do anything alone, Tom. Come on, you should know that. Can't do anything
Can't do
alone.
anything with anybody else in Methuen either.
I got some good
Kristen
friendships
says
and partnerships.
I sound very far away. Can you boost the audio?
It's probably your mic leaning
Is
outwards.
it? Okay. All right.
Try putting it in on your inner collar. There you go, right there.
Is that better, Kristen? She'll text me if it isn't. So Nick Dizoglio is a former member of the Methuen City Council. You were a councilor at large. Now you're on the school committee. Boy, I'll tell you, you jumped into the city council when it was the most controversy in 25 years, and then you finally leave the city council because you're termed out, and you go to the school committee, and now the school committee is involved in the worst scandal that they've had, or almost the worst in 25 years. So does the scandal just follow you, or are you just like a dark cloud, or?
Well, it happened before me, so if anything, it's me going into that dark
Going
tunnel.
to save it.
Oh, I wouldn't say
Billy
save
from
it.
Brandos is back.
Just do a shout out for my buddy
Dino Land, where is that?
It's in Salisbury.
So
A mini golf course.
It's a golf
I
course.
took TMF up there.
Yeah.
Ice cream and fried dough.
Did they reopen it?
That's nice.
It was closed for a while.
You don't see it.
167
Thank you
Elm
for
Street
saving
in
it.
Salisbury over here.
Thank you for saving it.
Dino Land.
Because that's been closed for a while.
On the show.
It's been closed for a while, wasn't it?
It's a couple years, but
Yeah.
sorry.
Make a Dino
No,
Land.
no, no.
We were just getting ready to get into it, so we got some time.
Nice to meet you.
Come on over.
Come on over.
Sit down. The camera's right here. We'll be.
You bought Dinoland?
Yep, me and my partner, yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to play there when I was a kid, and then when I saw that place close, I used to jokingly drive by and say, "Honey, do you want a mini golf course? I would buy it tomorrow." And good for you, man. Congratulations.
Last year, totally renovated the place this year, trying to bring it back to life, and people are just loving it and trying to turn it into a great place.
Doing a good job.
That turf field looks like an awesome place for a future beer
Yeah,
garden.
we'll get them in the Valley Patriot. We'll pump them pretty
Yeah,
good.
we got cornhole boards, play area for the kids,
Yep.
yard games, so
Nice.
ice cream, car shows.
Yeah.
First one's June 10th.
June 10th. I got it on my schedule already.
That's next week.
Right?
Week, yeah.
Beautiful.
The following Wednesday, yep.
So what are you doing here? You just coming to harass him, or you coming for the food?
Both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of a hard time because he kind of deserves it. Plus, he can take it.
We're going to take TMF up there again.
Nice.
Play mini golf.
Nice. You hear that? You hear that? Mike Gorman over there. He's going to take TMF up there to Dino Land again this summer. I think I do a better Billy Griffin than Billy Griffin does. That's what I think. Right? So,
Thank you,
yeah.
guys.
Oh, nice meeting
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Good to
I'll
see
be
you,
up
brother.
there soon.
Good luck with
Thank
Dino Land.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Excellent. Anybody that's a friend of Billy Griffith is a friend of mine. Although I got to stop calling Billy Griffith because his name is Billy Griffin with an N over here. Right? So, anyways, you get elected to the city council, all hell breaks loose. You get elected right before you get elected to the school committee, all hell breaks loose. You must have either the craziest life in the world, or you just love the chaos.
I'm married, so
That's what
married with 2 little ones too, 5-year-old and a 2-year-old almost. And no, I think the way I say it is I've been doing this for about a third of my life now, and I started at 24, 25. Been in the city for now 11 years, going on 11 years now, doing. I don't look at it as giving back to my community that gave so much to me. For me, I have a job. I'm not looking to be a career politician. I don't make money off this job at all. I'm not a city employee or work in the city. I work down in.
Hey, look, the good Dizoglio showed up.
Oh, no. They're not here. They're in Florida right now. You look at the long-term situation in Methuen, and it's the same old story. And unfortunately, the good people that come in to try to change it, there's no room for change or want for change. And, at the end of the day, you just got to keep thinking about its future. And the city just wants to sit in the past, or the town wants to sit in the past. I think DJ's done a good job. I think he
just pushed out the police chief.
I don't know if that's true, but I think at the end of the day,
you literally have the best police chief in the Merrimack Valley.
He is, and he's
probably in New England.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I love
DJ,
Scott.
And DJ's, from what I'm hearing, and
I know
my
Scott
sources are pretty good in City Hall because they're really close.
Scott has, I think, 1 year left on his contract, and he's at retirement age or year mark this August. So,
but you can't have a mayor calling a police chief and trying to micromanage what police officers get what assignments based on who they're related to. I read Gillis's thing. He's right. He's 100% right. Every cop I talk to, everybody I talk to in City Hall tells me the same thing. And what I'm afraid of is that Scott's going to leave, and he's a nice guy, so he's not going to say anything to anybody about what's really going on behind the scenes. And then DJ's going to hire somebody that will do what Scott refused to do, which was punish people.
Here, let me remind you of something, and I say this to all of our City Hall folks and any employee in Methuen. The leaders are only leaders for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
The impact of these teachers, the impact of these City Hall employees, they're a lifetime.
Right.
This is their careers. They've been here for some of these people 10, 25, 30 years. They've had so many mayors. They've had so many city councilors. They have a bunch of school committee members. It's just a blip.
Right.
And, whatever DJ does or any politician does in the city, it's only a short term.
Right.
It's only a short time. Minimum 2 years,
Yeah.
and max 6. But
I used to think Methuen should go the way of Lawrence, and they should do 4-year mayors.
I agree. I don't disagree.
Except then I look at a guy like DJ, and I'm like, I just can't wait to get rid of him. I just can't wait to get rid of him. Up until the time I found out what was going on with Scott McNamara, I was still 50-50. Some of the things he does I think are brilliant and great. Some of the things he does I think are just fucking horrible. And then something like this comes up, and you go, this is like one of those watershed moments where it shows you what the person's made of. Mm-hmm. And you can't have a mayor micromanaging every friggin' department. And I hear it from the other department heads. You're micromanaging every department instead of having faith in your own people.
This looks delicious.
Yeah, enjoy. Have faith in your own people. Hire good people. Let them do their job. And it doesn't seem like he knows how to do that, I guess.
At the end of the day, I think DJ is doing the best that he can currently.
No, that's probably true. He's doing the best that he can.
He can.
Yeah.
And that's, when you have a city right now that's, in a situation where it's been over and over, I think the allocation of funds, the way that we've, managed some of our departments, It's
You know
not
what I
the
really-
city that we're in right
You know
now.
what I really wish he would say?
DJ?
Yeah. Like he could get a little bit more credibility with people like me, not me personally, but people like me.
Oh my God.
If he came, yeah, isn't it good?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing. If he would call it like it is and just be honest about things and say things like, we all miss Neil Perry. He was a good guy. We're sorry he's dead, but he financially mismanaged the city. He financially mismanaged the city, and he left DJ with a shit storm of finances that I got to give DJ credit. Now, I'm the first guy to knock him around when I think he's wrong, but I'm going to give him credit because when Neil passed and he became acting mayor or interim mayor or whatever political word you want to use, he was left a shit storm of financial bullshit.
I wasn't going to correct you, but either goes right.
What's that?
Either's right. Interim
Yeah.
acting, yeah.
Right?
He was bold.
So it wasn't easy for him being completely inexperienced as an administrator, as a mayor, as a manager, to get in there and try and straighten some of that stuff out. So a lot of what's going on isn't necessarily DJ's fault, but the way he handles it is, right? And he's got to leave his fire chief alone. He's got to leave his DPW chief alone.
I think we
You
got to
hire
just
good
stop.
people and you let them do the work.
I think we just got to stop comparing ourselves to other cities and towns.
Well, but that's how you know whether or not you're. Well, you say that. Let me challenge
We're
you.
no Newburyport.
Let me challenge you.
We're no.
You say that until it's bad news, and then it's, but the reading scores are bad everywhere. Oh, the math scores are bad everywhere. Oh, look at Lawrence. Look at Haverhill.
Yeah, but I'm
So
looking
it's
at
only
that
when
from a.
it's
No, 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 no.
It's only when it's
No, no,
convenient.
no, 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 no,
compare
no,
ourselves to
no,
other
no, no, no,
communities.
no, no.
When it's convenient, then all of a sudden it's okay.
No. Because when I complain about something that's happening, it's statewide. I blame the state. I'm not blaming Lexington for it. I'm not blaming Lunenburg, Drake it. I'm blaming the state. You have a $3 billion slush fund sitting there right now that could go back to education, and these cities are struggling to financially keep up with cost of living contracts that we had to give to all these departments in the last 5 years. And here's the thing: is Neil also a mayor that was, you could either agree with him or disagree. And sometimes when you disagreed with him, he made sure that he knew that he wasn't pleased with your disagreement.
Right.
He got COVID money was probably the best thing that any city got. How you used it was city dependent.
Right.
And the way he used it
Was illegal.
Oh, no. Well, one situation with candy, but otherwise, we allocated it to
Notice how he went from no to okay, yeah, really.
the candy gate. But otherwise, yeah. I'm waiting for him to strike lightning down on us right now, Tom. But
I'm not saying he's a bad person.
I didn't say he was a bad person,
No, and I'm not
but he
saying
was
that
given
either.
a lot of money, and he allocated that money to things, and he saw the free cash and the number in the black going up every year. So we thought, okay, yeah, sure, contracts could be done the way that they were done. And I look at some of these contracts that other cities are doing, and I'm like, they're unsustainable.
Right.
If cost of living continues to go up the way it is, but your tax revenue doesn't go up, you're going to go in the negative or the opposite direction at some point.
Well, on top of the fact that you sign a 3-year contract with the teachers unions, you build all kinds of benefits and raises into their contract. That happens before budget time, and now the city's financially obligated to spend that money. Then budget time comes, and then what can you do? Nothing. You have to lay people off.
Yeah.
Right? So why are we doing it that way? Why not pass the budget first, figure out how much money we have, then ratify a teacher's contract?
I'm not even just talking about teachers, but you look at legacy people. Look at some of the people that have been in the department for years and years. And I say department, any union. Their union board is usually people that have been on the department for, 10 plus years, if not more.
Mhm.
They're locked into the union. They're thinking about the future of themselves, not so much the ones that are coming in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think a lot of these departments just got paternity leave? Someone in their 40s that have been, with 3 kids over the age of, 15, 16 aren't having kids right now.
Right.
Why do they care about paternity leave? The paternity leave benefit is mostly for people that are starting their career, which is then going to start a family and not be settled in their career. How is that a fundamental thing that is just being given today to parents?
Well, how is it that you have 70% of your kids can't read at grade level,
Oh, yeah.
3% of your kids can't do math at grade level, over 90% of your kids can't do science at grade level, but you're graduating 86% of your
So
senior
you like
class?
potatoes? You like potatoes?
Yes, depending
Okay.
on how they're made.
Do you put pepper or salt on them?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, 100% satisfaction would be for two of those things to be together, right? What if I took salt away? It's only a 50% satisfaction right now. When I say 70% of our children can't read at grading level, there's fundamental levels to get to that percentage of being at grading level.
But we've dumbed down
It could
what
be-
at grade
wait,
level
wait, wait,
means to begin with.
No. Here's the thing is, if I say 2 plus 2 equals 4, but 5 plus 5 is 9, I'm wrong. I know math, but I'm not at grade level because I said 9.
Right.
Okay, but if I know 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 5 is that one level, that one number, that one time, that one screw up, that one test, that whatever, will determine if our students are at grade level. So I could be at 99% proficiency, but because I didn't get 100%, I'm not at
Well,
grade.
that's like saying I
grade
got an
level.
F, but it was only it was a 60. It was a 69. I got an F, but I got a 59 and a half. So I was almost at passing grade, but I wasn't really there.
But that's not failing. Saying 70% of students are not at grade level
Well,
doesn't
especially
mean
when
they're
we've
failing.
dumped down at seventh grade level, reading level.
Let me take this down
now
one more
versus
step.
10 years ago.
Wait. Let me take this one step down. 1,500 of our students
Yep.
are at ELL, language as a second language. 51% is minority in Massachusetts, in Methuen. Okay, so when we take that number from K through 4, okay, 56 to 60% of our students are at grade level or above.
How's that possible?
Because I'm taking the K through 4 numbers.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, and these are students now post-COVID. Post-COVID. COVID.
Well, it's easy to
Effed
get
up a lot
it's
of things,
easy to
guys.
get a kindergarten kid to say M is for munchy mouth. Oh, he's reading at grade level. It's kindergarten.
But
Where the teachers
but
have to
wait,
actually teach
but
is
the-
after third
but
grade.
the fact that you got a kid at kindergarten that might be on a 504, or probably not yet, but let's say is going to have an IEP at one point saying
Mm-hmm.
munchy mouth. You know what? For a parent, they'll take it.
Yep.
For a parent, they'll take it. I mean, if they were one not a silent student or a shy student or a nonverbal student, there is a lot of different cases that Methuen doesn't like to talk about. We have a high special ed program costs.
But hasn't the scores been going down every single year? Every year that I look at the scores are going down. And yet, I watch a city school committee meeting, and I can't remember if it was you or
You're looking
someone
at 2020 to 2025 now. Look at it on the back end. It's starting to go back up.
Okay.
Okay, you took a dip
Right, but why?
because of the way we, as Massachusetts or the United States, did education for a while. It's not just Methuen. Now, it's the Commonwealth. It is the United States.
But I thought we weren't comparing Methuen
But
to anybody else.
I'm comparing it. Well, no, I'm comparing this. I'm comparing education right now.
Right.
Across the country, Massachusetts is still the #1 state.
Yeah, we just suck less.
But how sucky is that for the 50th state?
Yeah, it's still pretty sucky.
Okay, it is a fundamental issue to the United States. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts does not fund education enough to protect them from the up cost of contracts. Look at transportation's up $6 million. You know, you have special ed costs that are up millions of dollars. How is special ed the fault of a city or a school department?
Man, you look at this over here. Holy crap!
That's the sandwich.
Jesus, that's the spicy sandwich over here.
Is that broccoli?
The gaudy sandwich. Look at that.
Wow.
That's not going to make it home. I promise you that.
Spicy sauce.
Yeah, that's not going to make it home for sure. Holy crap! I think I just fell in love. The future Mrs. Duggan might be in trouble. I may have to marry this sandwich. Man.
That only lasts as long. So.
Wow.
I gotta go. I'll see you later.
All right, thank you,
Thanks
Billy.
again. Billy,
We'll be
thanks.
here till about 4.
All right.
All right, man.
Well, when you're done, you want to walk around. Whatever you
Oh
want.
yeah, we'll do for sure, for sure. Man, yeah. Holy crap! I can't eat that while I'm live though. I never get a word out. It'll be the Nick Dizoglio show if I try to eat this while I'm live.
Well, speaking of the Nick Dizoglio show, The Buzz
Yeah.
with Nick
Well, you
and
get-
Jana
Where you doubled your audience, you got 5 people
on
watching. now?
MCTV every Tuesday and Friday night, or
I hate you so
YouTube
much.
on demand
Well, here's what I don't
podcast.
what I don't
We're doing very well, her and
hate
I.
you. hate
I
you so
love
much.
her. She is the best host.
She's the sexiest woman alive, and she had a choice.
Do you want to
between
join?
doing my show?
We can have you. We can have you on. Yeah.
She won't even invite me on her show.
Anytime
I've
you
never
want me
been
on your
invited
show,
on her
I'll talk
show.
about the Dominican Republic. I love the DR. Love the DR.
Yeah, but he married a white girl, so how much does he really
She
love
speaks
her?
Spanish.
Yeah, but how much does he really love it? I'll marry a Dominican girl.
The first time my wife said I loved you was in Spanish, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because she didn't think I knew it. And I live in Merrimack Valley. I know how to say I love you in Spanish.
Because that really is spicy. I like that. That sausage is good, yeah. No.
No mushrooms.
No.
No mushrooms. You know, do you know a lot of Italians? I mean, you must, you know.
I grew up in an Italian household.
So my parents call it gravy, not sauce. Meat is in it. So like Italians that have meat in their sauce call it gravy. Yeah. Yeah. It's an Italian thing. It is. It is.
So now that we've made all the excuses in the world for why our Methuen kids are failing,
I don't think they're failing.
you know that they're
I think a
failing.
lot of our students are going off to great schools, military, getting trades afterwards.
Well, you send me those numbers. I'd be happy
I'll
to take a look
gladly.
at those.
I would love for you to come to
Because what I
Methuen
see is
High's
I see-
graduation next Friday. Sit up in the
I see the
stand.
majority of the kids can't do the work, and then I see the administration telling us that. Well, I don't know if it was you or Laurie, but somebody said in one of the meetings that somewhere in the neighborhood of like 70% of the kids are in advanced courses, and I'm like, that number doesn't even work. Like you graduated 86% of your kids, but 70% can't read at grade level, no matter how you tear it up. So how is that possible? How is it possible that the majority
I
of
think
kids
the
are doing
numbers that
three-
you're taking are from the high school level. Or
No, I'm telling you this system wide.
no, because those numbers that were
System-wide
dropped,
average
we're
is-
talking no, because we were talking about kids going to college, the college program at Methuen High that are partnered with UMass Lowell, and
I'm using your numbers.
but those numbers were talking about a certain demographic.
No,
Yes, it wasn't talking
no,
about.
those are the MCAS
I don't
numbers. for the
have.
entirety
No,
of
you're
the
using
school.
70. No, you're using different numbers, Tom. You're comparing the overall system to your 11th and 12th graders right now. Our 11th and 12th graders, I said 70% of them are doing college prep courses that are going into. Well, a lot of them are going to right now UMass Lowell. Right now, we have a good number of students going to UMass
I'm
Lowell.
a dummy, and I went to UMass Lowell.
Oh, don't say that. There's a lot of good people that graduate from UMass. A lot of great people graduate from UMass.
And say they weren't.
But they're getting their core curriculums done. And some of them are finishing a semester or 2 semesters in their high school career, allowing them to go to the next step in a 4-year school. Could be UMass. Hell, it could be Suffolk. It could be Harvard. It could be Bentley. Harvard. Those credits will transfer over.
So now that you made all the excuses for all the failures in the Methuen schools, let's talk about money. So you guys are what? You're $4 million short or $9 million short?
You're talking about the school budget.
Yes.
So I actually think it's a lot higher now since the city council passed the budget. They adopted another $250,000 and the mayor's going to go for another 2.8. So we're about 1.3 away from the number that we voted on, which is the $18 million. And that's before any state funding, which we're estimating around 4+. So that will put us
So
at,
what's the $18 million
so the school committee voted for $18 million
to run their schools?
to run the school system.
$18 million.
The mayor proposed a budget of $14 million.
Not $118 million.
What did I say?
You said $18 million.
I'm sorry,
That's
118.
why I kept asking. Wait, that seems a little low.
I'm not adding the one in front of it. I'm thinking of the overall number. So 118 million we voted for. Mayor had 114 million, and
I like his numbers better.
well, that was a doomsday number. That 114.
That's
number.
why I liked it.
I was very concerned with how much busing
I
was
want to
going
burn
on.
your entire school system down at this point. I don't mean physically, but I want academically, the programs, the way they do discipline, the way they don't handle bullies,
I will.
the way they silence kids,
So
the way
here's the
they
thing: is I don't.
intimidate teachers. And I know the
We-
teachers don't like me because I'm not friends of theirs either, but they get treated like absolute shit by the administration. They implement these ridiculous, very unconstitutional, ridiculous rules. I know teachers that have gotten written up because they brought in a sympathy card for a fellow teacher who had a family member die. She got caught giving her a sympathy card. She got written up. She got suspended for it. The way
That makes no sense.
the way the administration treats the teachers, the students, the paraprofessionals. What do you call your paraprofessionals now? They change the name all the time. The teacher aides.
PAs.
Is that what they call them? PAs? The people that work, especially at the lower level, get treated like crap. The students get treated like crap. And then you've got this upper echelon of elite a-holes at the top, and the middle and the top, who think their shit doesn't stink. They think they're smarter than everyone else. They want to change everyone's behavior. They won't let you have a Christmas party. They won't let you have a birthday party. They don't even want you to bring in a get well soon card for somebody. And yet we look at, and that would be fine if your academics was good. If you were graduating, the majority of kids were graduating, going to 4 years.
So
college. Everybody was reaching grade level.
I think we're gonna roll it back a second. So we're looking at the dress code again. I think the dress code is important to students on how they represent themselves in a school system.
I agree.
I think respect how you should be respected the way you dress.
The merchants of chaos are going to oppose you, though.
It's a policy. Send them home.
Uniforms?
I didn't say uniforms.
But even a dress code,
A dress code, a more advanced dress code.
The left-wing Nazis.
Now, here's the thing: uniforms aren't illegal in Massachusetts for public school systems.
No.
Lawrence doesn't, and actually, more school systems are doing it now. That just to get some of the drama out of it, and so I also think teachers should have a dress code too. I also think we've lacked a little bit there on loosening kids wearing hats in the classroom again, hiding earpods underneath their hoods, walking down the hallway with their phones. I know GLTS.
There should be no phones in the schools. I can't believe we even have phones in the schools.
Yeah, well, good luck trying to win that fight. But I don't think they should be in the
You
classroom.
just take them. What do you mean fight? You
I
don't have to
think
fight, you
I
just take
think
'em.
every kid should put their phone in the bucket at the teacher's desk when they walk in, and then grab it on the way out. And the teacher passes it around back when the class is over. Whatever you want to do. But
Well, how about you take them when they show up at the beginning of the school day, and then you give it back to them at the end of the school day? There's no need for a kid to have a communication device while they're in a school. Listen, I grew up. There was no such thing as cell phones.
I didn't have cell phones.
If my
at school,
parents
no.
needed to reach me, they called the front office. The front office called my teacher to find out where I was.
Yeah.
They brought me to the front office. I picked up the phone. My mother told me, "Oh, I'm going to pick you up early today, whatever," and I went back to class.
Yeah.
There's no need to have a device where you can look up the answers to every test you take, where you can use Chat GPT to write any sentence that you need to in an essay. It's walking around with little cheating devices in their hands, and the school systems just allow it.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think phones should be.
What are you going to do
put
about
away.
it?
Well, we have a phone policy that we're going to be stricter on next year.
Okay. All right.
And then we also have the state policy coming to play that is going to be a law that you're not to have phones in schools accessible.
Are we still paying Judy Scannell? I'm sorry. Are we still, because it's the same person, are we still paying Brandy Kwong?
She's on medical leave at the moment.
So we're still paying her.
Till the 30th of
Okay,
June.
so let me ask you this, because this has been bothering me since that happened. If I go on...
Well, the only reason why that happened was because of what the city council tried to do.
Right, because they were going to hurt her little feelings by saying, we thought you were bad, right? So if I work for a company, if I work for the police department, if I work for Hilton Hotels, if I work here at Brando's in North Andover here.
It's
over here.
called. You do know it's like unfair labor practices or like hostile work environment. Like those are actual protections
Fucking care.
made by the
I don't
department.
give a shit. You think I care about her fucking her bullshit hostile work environment claims? My question is this: if I work at Brando's, if I work at Hilton Hotels, if I work for the Lawrence Police Department, and I go out on
Well, we
medical
know what
leave,
they would do.
and I go out on medical leave, I'm required to prove that I'm on medical
Oh,
leave from a
they are.
doctor. So I want to know: did Brandy Kwong provide anything to the school system?
I have been notified that she is.
She has from a doctor that says this is why she's out.
She
That's so easy to do.
Yeah, I guess.
You can just
So-
go to your doctor and
Because I'd love to know what her medical issue is. Like, someone hurt her feelings and she cries at night now because the city council was going to take a vote of no confidence in her. Boop, boop, boop. I need to go. You know what? I need to go out on medical leave. People go on Facebook and they call me a racist, so I need to go out on medical leave. And I'm going to rape the taxpayers for all the money that I can get from them to stay home and get paid. Listen, Brandy, sue me all you want, but the fact is you're a public official getting paid public dollars and you're getting paid to stay home and not work. Does anybody really believe? You know how I know that the whole medical leave is bullshit? You know how I know for sure that it's bullshit? All of her
Yeah,
friends
tell
on
me.
the school committee, all of her friends that defended her, all of her friends who were teachers, all the people that supported her in the administration, the minute she announced she was going on medical leave, not one of them went on Facebook and said, "We hope you feel better, Brandy. Brandy, I hope you're doing okay. Brandy, we're pulling for you. Where do we send the flowers, Brandy?" Because even they didn't believe it. Even her friends, even the people that support her didn't buy that she's out on medical
Hey,
leave.
the former school board did, let her, did their due diligence, I hope. And
The former school board should have fired her.
they shouldn't have renewed her
And
contract.
by the way, now
but-
that you're on the school committee, let's ask you another question. I want to know when we're going to get the unredacted audit.
So I have the audit.
Okay.
There's
You have
not.
the unredacted audit? You have the ones
So
with
the
Mary
one that I
the
paid
one with
for
Mary
as a
Beth Dunnigan's
starter,
name all over
the
it?
one that I had,
The one with Miss Bennett's name all over it? Because I've actually seen the unredacted audit, but I can't publish it because it'll get the person who gave it to me in trouble. But I want the public to know that there's stuff in there that they need to know about and that the elected officials are covering it up, and especially DJ Borgott,
so
who promised he wouldn't do that.
I have only seen one version of it, and I was told that was the main version that I paid for.
Okay.
The redacted
How much?
one-
140,000?
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't worth the money that we got for it.
Well, not
but-
what was released, it wasn't, but if they released everything, that would have
Well,
been
when
worth it.
I see an audit done, the team flies in, they do a presentation, they do a conversation piece, a Q&A. You don't do Zoom or a Teams meeting and just do it virtually after I spent $140,000. When I do that with Deloitte or KPMG, they're in my office and meeting with me in person. But I think the audit, I think what we need to do overall is you'll see in the next 3 months a lot of change. We have 2 new principals coming in, one at the Marsh.
Good.
We're
Is Miss Gordon leaving?
no,
So I thought she was the principal.
I said principals, one of the
Oh,
principals.
so that brings up another. How many principals do we need in every school?
So how many schools do we have, Tom?
4?
No, 8.
8?
Thank you.
Schools?
9.
All right.
You know why? Because the grammar schools are 2 schools in 1. Okay.
Why?
Well, that's how Methuen has built them. They have an elementary school that goes from K through 4,
one side.
Well, that's
One
not
side.
an elementary school. I don't know what that is. K to 4?
K to 4, kindergarten to
School
4.
is that?
That's how most of them are. Most of the Andover, North Andover, they have K through 4, 5 through 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it's such a horrible educational model.
Well, to be fair,
K-8 schools are the only really way to go.
no, it's the worst. Think of it. If you're in one building your whole life and then you jump to a new facility
Right.
and there's 3 other facilities that you were kind of tied to, like think of it this way. I have, in most cities, all your 8th graders are together, all your 7th graders are together, all your 6th graders together. In Methuen, we have 4 schools that separate those grades. So there's a chance when their first meeting is in high school. The same student, same capabilities. And how amazing would it be to have one school with all the same grade in it so the teachers actually are on the same damn page from curriculum perspective. And the principals are following that curriculum, not from 4 different buildings,
Not well.
one building together. The schools should be under a regular elementary, junior high school, and high school method. And in the 9th grade, I would love to bring back the 9th grade academy, which brought a hell of a lot of respect to the high school perception. The students were dressed up, they came to school, they had college-based courses, they had a really strict education administration. You remember Mike Downs?
I do.
Haverhill High principal
Yep.
right now. Haverhill High has done an
He'd
amazing
be a great
job.
superintendent. You could bring him or Mr. Bodden back.
Barton's got a nice job in North Reading, I believe it is. Or
And no single
Wakefield.
person would want to come to Methuen anyway. You're dealing with people like Kelsey Shabilier and Jay Jalbert and some of the nuts you have to sit on the school committee with you. Who'd want that?
I will say we have a new superintendent search starting soon. Elise has done a great job in what she has been able to take on from a capacity standpoint. She is going to hire a number 2. And Mr. Goslin is leaving, unfortunately. I've thrown every number out. I made every attempt to keep him.
The average
I think
IQ in the administration goes down 80% the minute he walks out the door.
I don't think the IQ goes down. I think that
You got to work this.
I think the business, he owned the business.
Yeah.
He owned the business. And we're going to miss him. I think he's going to enjoy his new role. And I'm not going to announce it if he hasn't publicly announced it yet, but I wish him the best. And then on the side there too, we do have some principals shaking up across the district too. So Kristen Thomas is coming back, former senior advisor. She's coming back as a senior principal. The current senior advisor is going to head over to the Tenney School. And then we also have a few new principals coming.
Intern girl has a question.
Yeah.
What? The CPS, he said?
The CGS will have a new principal, associate principal, one of the associate principals.
Upper school or
I don't know if I can announce all this yet, if it hasn't come
Yeah,
out
you
yet.
could. No, my audience won't tell anybody.
I don't, and I actually don't know names, to be fair, for some of the new ones.
The upper school.
Dave LaCroix is a great guy at CGS. He's an awesome guy over there. He's got probably one more year left in him. He's been around for years.
So one of the things that I've been concerned about, not just in Methuen, but in every community, because all you guys do this, all you elitists do this,
I'm not an elitist.
passing off the buck. Come on, you're like the ultimate elitist. You know who's not an elitist? Your brother, who's been quietly sitting over there eating his Brandos.
Good.
He's not an elitist, but
Wait. You forget he was on the school committee for 6 years too before I showed up.
He was one of the few people that ever stuck up for Kristen Maxwell when she was getting bullied. One of the few. Him and Ken Willett. So I guess one of my questions is this. So I sat on a school committee. Most people don't know that. I get a lot of people from Methuen who aren't smart enough to Google me before they attack me on Facebook, who say, "Oh, what do you know about education?" You know, I sat on a school board for 3 years. So you guys have to hire a new superintendent. The school committee should be the search committee. None of this hiring an outside firm that's going to weed everybody out who's conservative, weed out anybody who's white that's not liberal, and try and get somebody who's a political actor, or at least eliminate people who are not going to be as political as they want them to be. Instead of hiring an outside firm that's going to weed out good people and then find someone that's going to be another Brandy, another Judy Scannell, how about the school committee acts as the search committee, because that's why we elected you, that's why we hired you, that's why you're there. You guys be the search committee. You guys interview the applicants. You guys go through all the stuff, and then you make your final 2 recommendation for a public vote. Like, isn't that why we elect you guys?
You elect us to make the decision. You elect us to make the decision.
Right.
I need tools.
But
It's not like I can go to like superintendent.com and just put a posting there and be like, ooh, I got 24 applicants today. No, there's an actual search that's nationwide going to happen with a consulting firm that's going to go poach really good candidates based off of the feedback from the families, the administration, teachers.
Right. She's right. Intern girl says only public schools do that. I own a business. If
you're talking about like a Central Catholic, they're all doing it in-house.
Phillips Academy.
Yeah, but
best school in the
Phillips
country.
Academy, guys, like they have like 4 presidents. 2.
So maybe follow their steps.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, follow
All I have to do is call my highest bidder at that point. Let's be real. Like, so, I mean, they don't have an endowment problem.
Because here's what happens. You hired Judy Scannell, and to hire Judy Scannell, you put together a search committee. The search committee went through the process. They weeded everybody
No,
out.
that's not what happened.
Well, of course it is.
No, it wasn't.
I know most of the people that were on that committee when she got hired.
No. We didn't go outside for Judy. Judy was in-house.
Right.
That was run by in-house.
Right. And you had an in-house subcommittee, ad hoc committee.
Didn't you just tell me to keep it in-house?
No, I didn't.
The school committee was in-house.
The school committee What are you talking about?
Exactly. It was all done in house. That Judy.
But the school committee didn't act as the search committee. You guys appointed Gary Marcoux and a bunch of other people that acted as a separate ad hoc committee.
Yes, we do
that. Went through the process.
Those are parents,
right?
Other department
Right.
heads.
And look what happened. What'd you get?
So DJ Beauregard,
I know,
was on the last one with Brandy Kwong.
Yep. How'd that work out?
I mean, it was down to two really good people.
Right.
Brandy used to be my principal when I was in fifth
I hear she was a good principal.
She was.
Yeah, I hear she was a good
Brandy
principal.
was a good superintendent for the most part.
I don't know about that.
I mean, the last few years has been difficult.
Does it
across
bother
the
you?
board.
Does it bother you that all the foolishness
I'm not happy
that
with
goes on
how
in the
things.
schools?
I'm not happy with how things are today.
Okay.
So that needs
I'm
to be
glad
clear.
you said that because it kind of seemed
Well,
like
does it not seem like it on the budget
No.
meeting? Like I was at a meeting the other day and I said shit, and someone thought I
I saw that, these are people that want boys to go into girls' bathrooms and they get mad when you say shit.
you
Like
know,
their priorities are all whacked
like
out.
parents. I want you to parent. Like that's the thing is the parents that come into the meetings and make statements. They're parenting.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are just like coming at you because the kid's finally coming at them.
Right.
You know, when I have a child that's complaining, and then I go complain like, "Hey, stop making my child complain." Like, no.
Well,
Why are you complaining, kid? Why are you complaining? That's what I should be saying as a parent. When I got yelled at by a teacher, my parents didn't storm into the classroom and be like, "Why did you yell at my
No, my
kid?"
mother hit me across the back of
They
the head.
said
and sent
to
my
me,
room.
"What did you do to get yelled at?"
Right.
And that was just 20 years ago.
right.
That was just 20, 25
Yeah,
years
look who
ago.
showed up. We got Ryan Dizoglio over here. We got Big Doug is here. Doug was with us last night at the Edmund Lowe Scholarship.
He's a good MC.
He's a great MC. He's a great MC. And if you didn't hide every time we tried to take a photo, we'd probably give you a speaking part at our bash.
I didn't hide. Where did I hide? I was sitting right next to you. Good to see you. Nick Dizoglio, Doug. Good to see you.
Doug.
I didn't
See, I
hide.
told you should have come over. I did,
No,
but now I
no.
got three people
No,
here.
I
I kept doing this.
One Dizoglio. That's all the world can deal with at a time.
Well, here's the problem. If you bring over Ryan, then people at home will mix up the good Dizoglio from the not so good Dizoglio.
You know, I might be, you know, someone said to me the other day, "Nick, are you thinking about running for mayor?" And I'm like, no, why would I want to do that right now? I got two little kids right now and I'm looking forward to kind of taking a break after this.
Yeah.
But that break might be
If
running
you
for,
win, you'd
wait, that break might be running for city council at large next time around.
Yeah, if you win, you'd win because of Diana. You guys have the Dizoglio name, and so whoever the people that like you will vote for you because they like you, and then the people who don't know you or don't like you will still vote for you because your name is.
I really hope people know who we are by now. But I
Move so he can run away.
oh yeah.
I was done talking. Hi, I came just. to
Doug
talk
Mercurio is here. We just got some breaking news. The Massachusetts Democrat Party convention results. Total votes 4,013. Ed Markey 74%.
Did he show up for it?
Seth
Or did he stay
Moulton,
in
probably
Maryland?
not. Seth Moulton, who thinks that our military are committing war crimes and putting them in harm's way, got 26%. So I'm okay with that.
I mean,
all right
between
with
those two options, right?
Yeah, right.
So I just.
sounds low still though. 4,000.
Yeah.
That's still low.
I think we should do away with conventions. Conventions are it's an old outdated concept. Everybody's name goes on the ballot. If you get lower the number of signatures required, put everybody's name on the ballot, let the voters decide.
The problem with that is you need a runoff because when you get 12 people on the ballot, you could get a crackpot
Right.
who gets the top numbers.
Right.
You need to have like a runoff with one or two.
Sure.
You may even do what California might have and have two Republicans in
Right.
the top two spots for the runoff.
Yeah,
which is crazy in California.
Well, how about just do it with parties completely? And you 20 people on the ballot, the top two go on to the final, and that's it.
Yeah, that works really
just
well
forget.
in Belarus or wherever the heck they do
Right.
that. But yeah,
Electoral college too, right?
no,
Well, they're
no,
doing that in
the
California
electoral
right now.
college is a key part of our democracy. 250 years it's kept us
Right.
going, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's keep that in mind. But I just wanted one to say hi,
Oh,
and
appreciate
two,
that.
we wanted to talk about last night.
Doug Mercurio from the Doug Mercurio Law Office and
Something
Crime
like that.
Insurance Services.
Yep. So
over here.
last night a few of us went to the Staff Sergeant Edmund Lowe Memorial Scholarship pasta dinner.
Yep.
And, it was great to see, a Gold Star family honoring their fallen son who died in service of our country. So I just want to give a shout out to the Lowe family, the Valley Patriot through the Bash,
raised
5,000.
5,000. It was 4,800 until Tommy Duggan dug into his own pocket. Which, by the way, how often does that really happen?
Yeah,
but Tommy Duggan.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that out loud. I said raffle money because now one's going to come to me for a donation.
I said it. Tommy Duggan, topped it off to get it to $5,000. We met the 2 recipients of the Edmund Lowe Scholarship. Unlike every other scholarship at the Bash, we don't know who they are when we're raising the money.
Yeah.
But the Lowe family picked 2 JROTC cadets up in Lawrence High School, Salem High School. Sorry, Salem, New Hampshire High School. Both of which are going to Norwich University.
And I got their names. It's Joseph Roberts and Devante Patel.
Absolutely. So these are great kids. We got to meet them. They're both going into the Corps of Cadets there. They're both going into cybersecurity.
Yeah. Place to go. Place to go. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
They'll be working the Pentagon in 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably,
sure.
God willing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they seemed like solid kids, and it was good to see the Lowe family honor their son. It was good to see the good that the Valley Patriot does, and there's just 2 more students out there who benefited from the Bash. So thank you to everybody out there who supported the Bash to make it happen.
And especially Carrie Clark Weiland and Dave who gave us $3,000 for that. Yeah. And Dave LaCroix gave us $1,000. So
and Dave was also the entertainment last night. He was playing his guitar, singing, and I think a couple of the kids were singing along.
Yep.
So it was a good event.
If you get sick, God forbid, I hope it happens. Something happens. Doug is definitely gonna keep it alive, right?
I just think I got volunteered for something. I mean, and honestly, I don't know if I love the odds because let's face it, there's a pretty good chance Tom gets sick. I mean, I'll have to check Kalshi, the app, to see what the betting odds are, but I don't know if I want to sign up for something that's such a short
I only died twice and I came back. So
Correct.
At that point, the odds are against me coming back a third time.
This cat's got 7 more, right?
Right.
So.
But it was a nice night last night because we got to see a lot of people that we don't know. Right, when we have our fundraisers, it's always kind of the same people, right? It's people that we know, the elected officials. We go up into Salem, New Hampshire, and it's all just like regular people, no politicians in the room,
right?
Just regular people who saw the notice that came and wanted to help. They probably had about maybe 100, 200 people, maybe.
Well, and they were there to honor, a fallen hero, right? A guy who gave his life. He was an EOD technician in service of our country. Died in Iraq in 2009. And they came to honor him. There were a lot of youth there, which was good. There were a lot of older people there. So, I mean, literally both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
When Tom runs an event, the spectrum is a whole different spectrum, if that means anything. But, this had just a good group of people who were there to pay honor, tribute to a man who definitely deserves our respect. And his family who's held that.
Now, what we've got to do is we've got to convince the Lowe's to pick their 2 kids next year before the Bash. So we can put their names up and their photos up like all of our other kids that we do. Because they're always at the bottom because there's no name or face attached to it.
Correct. It's a unique thing that the Valley Patriot does by picking the recipient. Normally, when you give to a scholarship fund, you have no idea who it's going to, and it's going to be one of those crazy liberal people that you would support.
Right, yeah. He picked Lori Tegan's kid.
But that said, you pick when you pick somebody, people see where their money goes. It's 100% transparent. The kid who's getting the money knows when someone donates. They know who donates. They know how much. It's great.
Yeah.
So it's unique. It took me a second to wrap my head around it, but I like it. And I do think if the Lowe family picked their people in advance, those 2 kids would have crushed it.
Oh, that 5,000 would have been 15.
Probably
For
true.
sure.
Probably true. Those kids would have crushed it because how do you not want to support a young man and a young woman who, are doing what they're doing with their goals in life? You have to support them.
And I think Devante was an immigrant too. So not only, we're helping kids that are graduating high school, we're helping immigrants to get to college.
Well, I honestly,
even though I'm supposed to be a big racist.
Yes, right. I mean, you're a horrible
Fair
racist,
enough.
actually. When you see your friends, you tend to hang out with a crowd that wouldn't necessarily be drawn to racist, typically.
Right, yeah.
So, but that's okay. I mean, I guess that's...
I don't know any members of the Klan hanging out with Octavian Spanner, William Castro, and Brian DePena, but,
Probably it's a short list.
Yeah.
It's a short list. But, no.
Although then I hang out with Nick Dizoglio, and it just kind of reaffirms it all. So
I think it's in the religion they call that paying your penance.
Right.
So
exactly.
Poor Nick is just.
Where are you?
I mean, here's the thing. She'll be on our side. She'll be on our side. Here's the other thing I'm going to say. I also came here because this gravy crap. No.
Yeah.
So I'm Italian.
Oh, you're gonna
Gravy goes on turkey, and your
Right.
father. It's okay. Your
I
father
wasn't
can
gonna
be-
say
Your
nothing.
father can be wrong. This is something that's in dispute in the community. Don't make it sound like it's a universal truth. Well, you kind of presented it as a universal truth, but it is sauce goes on pasta, gravy goes on turkey. If it were brown, it would be gravy. When it's red, it's sauce. It's
Yeah, I'm
just,
with Doug on that one.
He's gonna
It's-
have an argument with the Italians later on this one.
I mean, I'm one of them.
I know,
so
we're all-
it's like
we're
Civil
good.
War.
It's a civil war.
What do you think? Mercurio.
Mercurio, it ends in an O over here. Ends in an O, an I, or an A. It's Italian.
Unless if you're Japanese.
Right,
Would be
yes.
the other option.
Right, yeah.
Like, if I was Fujimori, chances
Right.
are it would not be Italian, but it would end with the vowel.
Well, when there's a J, then you discount it to the Japanese. That's how you do it.
And he was German.
You thought it was German?
Yeah.
What part of me gets German?
I don't know.
Oh.
He saw
What-
you.
what-
He saw you stomping on a menorah, and she thought maybe that.
I don't know that I've ever done that, but I'm very organized. I mean, Germans are organized. They were very efficient, if you have to give them credit for something. But I mean, it's. What do you think? Italians aren't smart? You can't judge all of us by the few others that you have access to.
I don't know about that.
There are Italians that are smart. There
I
are
don't know about that.
every group.
I'm not thinking Italian sound.
I feel like I'm a victim of racism. Okay.
Well, you are.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean,
We all are.
Italians. We've.
But you know the difference is we don't cry like a little bitch
our
about it.
history is very difficult in
Right.
this country. We came to the country and we were not welcome.
You were
And it
considered
took
Italians
Columbus
were
Day.
called the N words of Europe. That was
100%.
that was what they were called.
100%, and they weren't saying the N word at the time.
Right.
But that Italians had a very difficult history, and it took generations
Right.
for us to be part of the fabric of America.
But the
And
difference is
now that we're here, we need interns
Irish
to
were treated
realize
the
that there
same
are
way.
smart ones too.
Right. But the Irish were treated the same way. The Italians were treated the same way. But the difference is we don't whine like little bitches about it.
Well,
We don't
not
run around
only
crying
that,
about racism everywhere we go.
if
We suck it up.
if
Someone treats us that way, we go, okay, we just move on with our
if
life.
your goal is to have a grievance, whether
Right.
it's in a marriage, in society, you can always find your reason to be aggrieved.
Right.
Instead, you look at the adversity, you overcome the adversity, and then people realize, wow, they came, they contributed. All of this food would not be here if it weren't for the Italian culture.
Right.
Even Chinese food in New England is different because of the Italian culture, because Chinese food here has more noodles and things like that. In other parts of the country, it's not the same because the Italian laborers who were, on the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum, the Chinese immigrants sold their food to the Italians, so they appealed to the Italian taste. So we actually, not only do we have the best food in our country, when I say Italian food, but we also make Chinese food better. So, 100%.
Look how pretty she looks today.
She's
She's
always
got her hair down. Look at
She actually got up and moved as though you can see her. But ironically, she's the one controlling the camera.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
But she always looks nice. She always looks very nice.
So
I only watch it for her.
I think. Listen, guess who showed up? Kristen Maxwell showed up. I think we should get her and Nick on the show and just have them fight with each other for half an hour. That's what I think. You want to talk about good ratings? Are you kidding? This would be viral.
I'm pretty sure.
Joe Rogan would be talking about the show.
Pretty sure she'll give me a hug by the end of it.
Yeah,
There might be still time to get her on the card for America 250
Yes.
at the White House.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a full 2 weeks.
I'm betting Vegas odds that they do not end up being friends at the end of that conversation. Oh, here she comes. Oh, now you're in trouble. Oh, you're in trouble now.
Slide right in here. We'll make room.
Yeah, come slide in.
Slide in.
No, you got to slide in.
It's almost 4 though, right?
All right. Well, we did start a half hour late, so
Yeah.
we're good. We're good.
It's 3 for it. But Kristen, slide right in here. Come on, we'll make some room for you.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want me stuck?
So now that we've heard all mixed excuses about why
I'm getting
why-
closer
why
to this
the-
guy now.
why
Jesus.
all the test scores are so bad and why all the administration is so. Now that we've heard all the excuses.
If it makes you feel any better, most of them can't read the test results,
That's
so they
true.
don't really feel their self-esteem is protected. I mean, you got to give them that.
All right, I'll scooch over a little bit so you can see me. So, Kristen, you've joining us. Thank you. Good to see you and Nick on the same
Bench.
thing again. Yeah, Well, you guys never actually sat together, did you?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. That's good. So you left this. You left the school committee. He's now on the school committee. Give him some good advice. Tell him what he should be doing.
I
mean, I know he thinks he already knows everything, but
just
give,
think that
give,
you
give him
need
something.
to listen to the kids and the families. That's all you need to do. That's really my best advice.
Yeah, and when someone like Annie Kivlahan comes forward and say she's uncomfortable because they're reading about masturbation in a freshman or sophomore class in school.
Yeah, you don't ask the experts for their opinion. You
don't
ask the parents.
don't wait for the experts.
I'm in the middle of this.
Wait. I agree.
Okay, good.
That book should have been on the opt-out, opt-on list.
Forget about opt-out.
Why is it there at all?
Explain to me why it's even an option.
Right.
Explain to me why a book.
Because you have perverts like Dan Shabilia who want it to be an option.
I mean, it's not about that one act. But you read Tom Sawyer. You read The Giver. You read Catcher in the Rye. You read Gulliver's Travels, for God's sake.
There's a million books that are worthwhile that you can incorporate. What is this book bringing to the table that the other ones don't?
I mean, again,
none of those books talk about anal sex or masturbation.
Well, there's that.
Well, Catcher in the Rye
And
talks.
none of those books had a child say it made her feel sexually uncomfortable.
Kristen, I don't know if you heard her at home, but Kristen said none of those books made children feel so uncomfortable that they had to go home and complain. And that's true too.
And again, if that was the case, that book should have been on the opt-in, opt-out list. I mean, I agree with that.
Going far enough. So opt-out says the starting point is we're including this in our curriculum.
Right.
I'm saying, why are you including that
At
in the
all.
curriculum to begin with?
Right.
Like there are better pieces of literature that don't involve anal sex or masturbation.
Right.
Oh, that book didn't have any. Wait. That book. Sophomores in high school.
A little bit older.
They're sophomores in high school.
It's better than fifth grade. I mean,
It wasn't fifth grade. It was a sophomore in high school.
But still,
And actually, I think it was
14 is young.
Yeah, 14's a little young for that.
No, she was 15, 16. I know the girl. She's I know the family.
She was 14.
No, she's a sophomore and junior.
I interviewed the mother. She's 14. She was
14
14
would be freshman then, because you're not 13. You're not.
No, my daughter was 14 at the time.
Not everybody's birthday is on the same day.
And
We're not forcing.
He was the oldest person.
Well,
in his
I
class.
was 14.
They
I
held
was
it back 4
14.
times.
I was 14
But
when I
there
went
are
to freshman
some
years.
younger kids. I agree with that.
That's
It depends on the
Typically,
age.
they're 15 and
Yeah.
sophomore.
Correct.
And so it's a different.
Hey.
The book doesn't talk about it.
I
It
was
talks
trying to
about
get-
it one time, and the anal sex is not in that book.
Okay.
There is no anal sex in that
Hold
book.
on a second
So
now.
what are we doing?
Anal sex was not in that book.
Yeah, but you're okay.
It
What
wasn't
book was?
that book.
It wasn't in the book that we're talking about.
Not that specific book, but there
Well,
are
there are
books.
other
There
books.
are other books.
Where did they get their curriculum supplies at like Amazing Video?
Yeah, well, it's because
I don't know. Wait. I don't know about the book with the anal. I don't know
Okay.
which book that is.
I don't know.
I would love
It's
to
because
know which
people.
book it is.
It's because perverts
The
like Dan
one that
Shabilia
is-
and Laurie Keegan
No,
want it. Every time I
to my
say that,
curriculum, I want to know.
it's
I want to know because I
So
don't
I'm just
want
gonna
my
keep saying
kids talking. Like I don't want them reading. I mean, here's the thing: is like I'm going to make a comparison here. Some religious people can't read Harry Potter because it's got wizards and witches in it. That's a thing. That's a religious
I
thing.
get it.
All right, but we're not blocking that from libraries.
Well, and there are some religions that don't like.
Well, does Harry
Exactly.
Potter talk about anal sex and masturbation?
Oh, don't tell me.
No, but what I'm getting at is what you're
You're making
comfortable with.
excuses.
No, what you're talking about is what you're uncomfortable with and comfortable with. Here's the thing: is some people might be uncomfortable with talking about racism in a classroom.
Right,
Or-
you shouldn't be
or
talking about racism in the
reading
classroom.
Tom Sawyer is about pictating an African American or a black person as normalizing racism and normalizing slavery as something okay.
But that was part of our
Yeah, but it
history.
doesn't.
But
You should never ignore history. You should learn
But it
from
doesn't.
it. You should improve. I don't think that
This
classic.
I'm
books
so
of
tired of hearing the
literature-
Tom Sawyer analogy. I'm so tired of it because it's such a bogus argument. They called him the N-word Jim because that's what they called everyone back then. It was not a term of racism back then. It was
But
just
it
what
is
they called
today.
everyone.
But it
It's
is
just what they called people.
But the book itself talked about the book, and I'm not defending the book. I am defending the fact that it should have been in the opt-in, opt-out.
Right.
But
it shouldn't be there in the first place.
But all I'm saying is he compared circles and a triangle to the shapes of a woman, and that turned him on. And
Right.
You know.
But why do we need that in the schools to begin with?
I mean,
if the kids
it's just weird. I'm talking about masturbation in front of two, like in between two men here, right? It's just like,
well, how do you think?
Just saying, I'm a little
how do you think-
uncomfortable. I'd rather opt out of this right now. I'd rather opt out of this.
Their math scores aren't so great. So if shapes and geometry gets the kids into math, I guess it's not horrible. I mean, there is some redeeming value to that book if that's the case. The kids are all of a sudden.
And you know, Alejandro Baez even said it. He read that same book
I read it.
and when he was in high school too.
Mhm.
So, and that wasn't an option.
That still doesn't make it okay.
Again, I'm not an expert in the classroom,
Well,
but all I'm going to say
we're all
is
experts in the classroom. We are all experts.
All I'm going to say is if
Stop
I'm the
worshiping
parent-
experts.
Can you stop for a second? Let me finish my
Yeah.
point.
You're right.
Let me finish my point. If I'm a parent, though, with that student, I would have been pissed that I didn't have an option to opt out of it.
Agreed.
That is a very rational.
Okay?
Right.
That's all I would say.
And I will give you credit.
But I do recommend parents read the syllabus. Look into the stuff that their kids are reading. Make sure that it's not just the books that the school's giving. It's also the stuff they're seeing on the internet or on their PlayStations
But
or their Xboxes.
how about instead? Because we heard a lot of excuses when that scandal happened, right? And we heard, oh well, they give the parents a list of all the books we're going to read for the year. Well, no parent's going to read all of those books. How about send them a list that says these are the books that you might find problematic, so they can read those small portions of books. Hopefully, they're small portions of books. Thank you, Councilor. I will have you on. I will have you on for sure. Do you have somewhere to be, or do you want to come on at the end? Okay, all right. I promise I'll have you on. All right. The good Dizoglio's leaving.
You look like the actor from here.
But I will give Nick credit for one thing, because at least he recognizes that 3-hour public participation, it was mostly about me for some reason. I live in North Andover. I don't know how that happened. But that whole thing about the fake book banning issue that they tried to distract from the actual issue of poor Annie Kivlahan going to the school saying, why wasn't I allowed to opt out? And then being told you have no say, that the policy doesn't allow you to have a say. We're not going to notify you because it's not the totality of the material.
See, I don't agree with about 90% of the stuff that you say, but that public participation should have started with a disclaimer that this isn't about a book ban. It's about policy.
Well, Kristen tried to tell
And-
DJ to say that, but he refused to do it
And
because he
and,
likes
well,
what
I
was
hate to
getting
say
looked
that,
at.
but I've also done it when I was on the city council and when I've been on the school board. I overtalk the chair.
Right.
I overtalk the chair because it's
Thank you, Ryan.
It's the thing about it
was
is
just arguing with you off camera.
Yeah.
no, he was agreeing.
Oh, okay. Okay. You both did.
He was agreeing that they tried, but they didn't get the word in. But I think again, what I am proud about this school board is we have been able to come together. I did say someone shouldn't have resigned at the beginning of it, but Alejandro Baez has done a great job as an addition to the school board. I got to give him a high five.
He's a
there.
smart kid.
He's a great guy, young man, guy.
Well, he's a
whatever
kid.
you want. He's not a kid. No one's a kid. When
Anybody under 35 is a kid when you're my age.
yeah, I'm a kid still to him.
Right.
So, and the only one
You
that
know what,
he would donate to my mayor race. He already said it today. Did you hear that? Oh yeah, he said he would donate.
If he runs against DJ, I will.
Oh, now that's the caveat. I got to run against DJ.
Run against DJ.
No.
I will.
I'm gonna
Anybody
stick my-
credible runs against him now, I'm ready. After I read what Steve Gillis posted and I started
I'm
making
not
phone calls.
again. I know Scott very well, and retirement is in August. His eligibility.
He's
for
too classy to
retirement,
return
so-
my call on this. I left him a message and I did not get a call back. And I know why I didn't get a call back, because he's too fucking classy.
Taking the high road.
He's taking the high road, and that's what he wants to do, but that's fine. But I don't take the high road. I don't even know where it is. So I just call it like it is. And when I saw what Steve Gillis wrote, I made some phone calls, and some of what he wrote was not exactly accurate.
I don't take anything full.
No, but I made calls to see what was going on. I called I have some really good sources in City Hall that you'd be shocked if I told you who they were. And they were like, yeah, Tom, you know what? Like 65, 70% of that is actually true. That the mayor is micromanaging every department head, especially the police department, calling over there, telling the chief, telling the deputy chiefs who to put where, to punish people because of who they're related to. There's, I think, 2 lawsuits that the city has now lost where they've been ordered to put back and the mayor won't put them back because he doesn't like who they are or who hired them or who they're connected to.
I'll tell you.
If we lose Scott, it's gonna be terrible
It's
for the
gonna be a
city of
nightmare.
Methuen because he really is trying to do right by the citizens, not by the people in power. And if we lose him, we're all in trouble because whose friend are they going to hire?
Well, that's it. You lose him, and DJ's going to hire someone the opposite of him. That's why he's pushing him out, because he
Correct.
doesn't like the bullshit.
Correct.
And I'm not speaking for him because he hasn't talked to me about it, but I'm
No,
talking
'cause
to everybody
he
else
stands on
over there.
business. He actually
Right.
speaks against it.
Right. But I was talking to everybody else over there. I'm talking to everybody else in City Hall. Some of whom I'm very surprised are all too happy to talk to me. Like, there's a few people I call and I'm like, listen, everybody knows we don't really get along. Can I just pick your brain a little bit?
Red wine? Do you have any? No, wine. You want to have some wine? We can just sit here and.
Oh, he feels left out because he's not the center of
We'll just
attention
have
for
the-
3 minutes.
The drink of wine.
He's not the center of attention for 3 minutes. Now he feels left out.
No, I'm listening to you say.
I'm helping you run for mayor by going after DJ and you're complaining about it.
Not-
You're bitching about it. This is why we like Ryan. Ryan never complains about anything. I love Ryan. By the way, what's it like having a brother
who learned everything from me.
that's that
Yeah,
smart
everything from me.
and that has his life together that well?
I have two.
What brother are we talking about here?
Your brother Ryan.
No, you know what? I am proud of him on what he stands up for. He's a good teacher in Lawrence. If no one knew he was a teacher, right? He's a teacher. He's a teacher.
Lawrence,
He's a teacher.
Lawrence.
you know?
Lawrence teacher.
I think he starts every
Positive school,
sentence as,
Lawrence, teacher.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher.
He's
proud of it.
Educator these days.
I know.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know. That's like saying like a stewardess. It's a flight attendant now.
Yeah.
You can't call. But no, he's done a really good job. I think there's some things that this council can learn from their mistakes. But
He's got to stop changing his vote. But other than that, I think he's doing a fantastic job.
I think the city council's got a curve to it. But again, that's what happens when the majority are brand new councilors, and this was their first budget. But again, DJ,
Are you guys going to get to the 118 that you think you need?
I think we're going to do more than 118.
You do.
I do.
So if that happens, can you give some of it back to the taxpayers who actually need the money more than you guys do?
Well, we're laying off like reading specialists.
Schools need.
The schools need more money.
Well, for sure they need more reading specialists because none of the kids can read.
And then the money needs to go where it actually needs to go.
But what I see professional development where we're paying.
This is so good. I've been talking a little bit.
Yeah, that looks so
So
good.
I see a ton of it. I was on the school committee, so I've seen it, right? Professional development. We're paying somebody to go to school. So we're paying them while they're going to school. We're paying their school.
No, they're not. They're actually not doing that. Methuen teachers are paying for their own schooling and for their own PD.
But then they're getting reimbursed.
Nope, they are not.
Oh, they're not.
They are not.
okay.
Methuen does not pay them back.
Oh, no kidding. Well, then I take
And the
it all
PD
back.
that they get during school takes up their time, their planning time, and it doesn't actually benefit them in
Right.
the classroom at all.
So what can be done? What can be done? We know what the problems are. We talk about them all the time. We can argue about the numbers.
talk
We can
about
argue
them,
about
but
the
we don't acknowledge
statistics.
them.
Right. But I think the real question is, what's going to be done to solve it? Judy Scannell was $4 million missing. Nobody ever investigated. Nobody was ever held accountable. And they never found out the majority of the money. Now we're here in this exact same position again. We've lost a superintendent. We got chaos in the schools. Where's the plan for academic excellence? Where's the plan to get everybody back on track? That's what we should be looking for. And we'll ask the genius who worships experts. Because we're going to get the experts.
I think you got to reel it in.
Other than former school board members.
You got to enforce. Oh, no. I respect everyone's opinion on
All right,
this.
okay. Because I'm a former school board member, so I took that personal when you said that.
You asked the question. If you're going to answer your own
No, I
question,
meant on
answer it.
Facebook. I meant on
Oh.
Facebook.
I mean, ultimately, you're sitting here on the largest budget in the city.
Right.
You need someone to come in and rein in that operational budget. And so the next superintendent needs to be one that understands a diverse community, understands a large budget, can get the school back on track from a grade perspective, but also the layout of the schools. And I also think we need to bring in the special ed program back into the school.
100%. You agree with that, Chris?
The super needs to be, we definitely need to bring special ed back into the district. But do you feel like the superintendent needs to be outside?
Oh, it has to be someone from another district.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
like
absolutely
Lisa
should
a
not come
lot.
from within.
I like Elisa a lot. I think she's done an amazing job. I don't know if she wants it or if she would even apply, but I think she is really good.
I actually like her. I shouldn't say that out loud because I'll probably ruin her
She
career.
is.
But I actually like her.
She's really good. She's transparent. She is open. I can get a hold of her. I can have conversations with her. She takes everything as not like a critique, but more of a respective opinion.
And unlike Brandy, she's a nice person. You can have a decent conversation with her. What's that?
I think Brandy was a nice
You
person.
do?
I don't think she.
After everything she did to you, you think she was a nice person?
I do think she was a nice person. I think
You're a better
that
person than I am.
I do. I think she was a nice person. I just don't think she did a good job.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough, Doug.
I mean, I'm not happy where we're at. So, I mean, if that's where, the mind goes. I don't think she was a bad person either.
I look at what she did to Kristen, and I call that a bad person, so my standards are a little different, I guess.
I think the school department, the next person coming into leadership needs to be
outside.
100%. Hell, maybe not even from Massachusetts.
You need, my opinion, not that it matters, but I pay state taxes, so for those who say you don't live in Methuen, I still pay state taxes. You need a moderate, politically moderate Dominican man to come in and run your school system. Someone that understands. Well, you don't want Ralph, but you want someone like Ralph. You don't want Ralph. No, you don't want Ralph. You got to keep Ralph where he is for now.
I don't.
Yeah, but we got to keep him where he is. Yeah.
Did Tom just call for somebody to be hired based on a racial?
Yes.
Yes.
That seems like
you know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because
you're still doing this anti-racism thing, huh? Oh, there you go. Oh, and Kristen.
Yes.
Sorry, but they don't put up with the bullshit.
Right. Yeah. Well, the other reason I want it to be a Dominican man rather than a Dominican woman, because I think 50% of your population is Latino, and the vast majority of the people who run that school system are just downright racist. And I don't care. I know everyone's going to push back on that, but they are. They talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and 94% of the teachers are white liberal women. That's not diverse. That's not equity. That's not inclusion. And so they preach it, but they don't live it, just like most left-wing liberals. And the only way to stop that is to bring in a Dominican dude who's got more education than they do, that they can't call racist when he starts making changes.
Well, I mean, I do want to defend the teachers a little bit here because
shame on you. After what they did to you, you want to defend those people?
I want to defend them because most of them want to speak up and most of them want to come forward and say what's actually going on in the schools, and they're afraid to do that because they'll lose their job. If they speak
call
up,
me, I'll never give that name out.
If they speak up, yeah, I tell them all the time, call you, call Ken, call whatever, but like, if they speak up, they get transferred.
Yeah, the fear is very high.
They're now a receptionist or they're now a food worker. So they get transferred to a different position, and that's why nobody comes forward. But most of the teachers will talk to you, and most of them will tell you how terrible it is working in the system.
The amazing thing I always find is people who always are talking about diversity, equity, inclusion never care about viewpoint diversity.
Right.
If you disagree with them,
you're a Nazi.
You're dead to them.
You're a Nazi. You should be in a concentration camp.
The world, I love debating politics. I love my liberal friends. I mean, I have fun with them. It's a respectful thing. That makes us all better. Mm-hmm. It makes us better to have the banter, the back and forth. And every so often I'll hear something and I'll be like, wow, they actually have a reasonable point. Granted, it's rare, but it does happen. And my goal is that some people will hear what I say and say, you know what, he has a reasonable point too. Like Charlie Kirk said, when people stop talking is when violence happens.
Amen.
And that is exactly what happens. So the conversation is great, but diversity, equity, and inclusion, if you don't include viewpoint diversity, political diversity, don't just make it race, skin color, orientation. If you want all sorts of opinions, get all sorts of opinions.
And if you're going to preach it, you damn well better be walking the walk.
100%.
As long as you're in my purgatory, I'm fine. Because I'm in purgatory right now. I'm like,
hey, you volunteered for this.
So, here's the thing: is I don't care if you're green, yellow, blue, male, female,
transgender.
I
Martian.
want.
Why limit it to just those two genders?
Right. What about the other 73 genders, Nick?
You only.
Hey, Nick, can men get pregnant?
I don't care. And
You won't answer that one.
I don't care who the superintendent is, as long as they come and do the job that is needed for Methuen Public Schools.
Yeah, I would love to see someone who's Latino, only because I see all of those lily white, rich, liberal women up there who run that school system.
Have you met Pedro Martinez, the new commissioner of the school board of
Education?
education?
What do you guys call it?
Yeah.
Well, I have met him just to say hi.
He's a nice guy, awesome. San Antonio school district out of Texas. I think it was San Antonio. But either way, great guy. Great guy. He understands our city. He understands what we need. He understands it's a Massachusetts issue right now, so I'm really hoping the governor's office listens to him. I think that's more what we need in Massachusetts is the outside perspective of school and education.
What is your prediction? You got a 4-year term, 2-year term?
2-year term.
2-year. What is your prediction 2 years from now when you come up for re-election, whether you run or not? What is your prediction on where the school system is?
New superintendent.
Are we seeing progress in reading levels, progress in math levels?
Again, I've already given you.
Are we where we are now?
No. The progress.
Kristen already says no.
The progress is already being seen in the K-4 levels. We're seeing it in the 5, 6.
Kristen's saying no.
Well, she's looking at the overall numbers. I'm looking at a segmented group, and then I also see our college admissions going up in the junior and senior year.
Well, that's good
because we're opening it up.
I argue with that. I don't know if that's as big of a statistic as you think it is, because a lot of colleges, quite frankly, are desperate for students now, and it's the number of kids. There's a lot less 18-year-olds now than there used to be. So just because you have more kids that are going to college, and I'm educated, right?
Well, you know why less kids are going, right?
It's not the answer. Well, because it doesn't give you the outcomes that they promise you sometimes.
Right.
You have better outcomes in some places in technical schools, plumbers, electricians, guys doing the work.
But they're also seeing a low number of admissions too, the tech schools. But they're starting with they want to grow with more programs, which is why GLTS is growing, and Whittier with Northern Essex. The big part is Massachusetts has given high school students graduating free admission to the community college.
Yep.
And I think that's where you're seeing the 4-year school dwindle.
That's a nationwide issue that I'm talking about. There's just less 18-year-olds. There's less 18-year-olds going to college. So, quite frankly, some of their standards have to be lowered because these colleges are businesses as well. Yeah. Not every college has a Harvard endowment that if nobody enrolls, they're still fine. We've had, 2 schools locally close in the past year?
Yeah.
So that's a very real thing. They're running businesses. Anna Maria. And, I mean, the reality. So, but
Mike Gorman went there. He called me all upset the day that they announced that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate when schools close because access to education is key. But if you look at historically the past, 70 years, that we've had the same people in charge of inner city school districts, okay, that underprovide a quality of education.
For sure, and it's getting worse.
By the way, typically to minority students. The biggest residual effect that, if you want to call it, whether it's of slavery or the civil rights movement, is we're not giving the education kids deserve and giving them the chance to improve their life. Now, there's more to it. There's family issues. There's all sorts of issues. But bottom line is, when you take, kids, we're pouring money into the cities. I mean, Boston spends a ton
it's
for
just such
student,
a waste.
But they waste the money. And the kids are not getting the benefit. Those same kids from those same neighborhoods who get into the charter schools have way better results.
Right.
And the reality is, one, in some cases, they have a motivated family who wants to get them into the charter school. You have motivated kids. But you also get rid of the BS of the teachers' unions. You get rid of the BS of the brainwashing aspect of schools. Give every kid the education that they deserve and let them make the most of their life.
See, I'm okay if Andover wants to talk about Trump is a fascist and
I have a problem with that.
I'm okay with it because most of the kids graduated from Andover High School are going to good schools and they're teaching them how to read at grade level. They're teaching them math at grade level. But then when you go to Lawrence, Methuen, Haverhill, well, they're teaching all the same bullshit too, but they're not teaching them how to read and they're not teaching them how to do math. And then, so they graduate being these little Barack Obama community organizers, but they can't do anything else because they can't read and they can't do math.
Well, Correct. Critical thinking, and I'm fine with the debate. I loved in class when teachers would take a position, even if they didn't agree with a position, just to spur the interaction. I love that stuff. I live to argue, right? This is like, I was 100%. It's critical thinking.
Right.
It's critical thinking. It's you develop up here, right? And that's important. And you argue positions sometimes on the other side just for the sake of doing it. That's good. But when it's a one-side drumbeat, by the way, and I don't condone it in Andover or any other town, give kids both sides. Let them decide.
Well, and can I just say too, like that's the point of a committee and a city council and all of those things. It's to have different viewpoints, and then the majority votes, and then we all come together and say, hey, this time it went with your way. Hey, this time it went my way.
But it shouldn't be we have the majority of the school committee, therefore we want to push a left-wing agenda.
No. You should have a different conversation. Everyone should have.
Brought into a restaurant.
Yeah.
You guys can create a picture.
When I was
so that makes me Sammy.
And I did this.
That makes me Sammy. So there you go.
So when I was at Lawrence High School, I had Mr. Roosh for history class, and he would come in and he would say something like, okay, we're talking about the Civil War today. So I want everybody on this side of the room, you're going to be the North, and everybody on this side of the room, you're going to be the South. Now I want you to argue. I want you to take those positions. I want you to read this week your position on the Civil War, on slavery and everything. And then next week, we're going to come in and we're going to have a big debate. You couldn't do that today.
No.
Because the minute you said, okay, you're going to be on the side of slavery, 25 people would file fucking lawsuits.
100%.
We have something coming. I see the wheels turning. Go ahead.
See the smoke's coming.
Yeah. Oh, look, a new pope.
A new superintendent.
I got a joke for you off TV later about that.
And in the meantime, go pick up a Valley Patriot.
Or get insurance.
I gotta get this wrapped because it's sitting here and I keep looking at it.
Insurance.
The new Pope thing threw me off.
There you go.
No,
when you debate stuff, you have that sharp wit.
Is
No,
it
we had
true?
mock trial.
I got a question. Is
Back
it
to
true? I was talking to a bunch of Methuen teachers. Believe it or not, some of them do like me. And they were telling me that they have to pass kids on to the next grade. They have no choice. That if they want to hold a kid back because he's failing, that the rules, the regulations, the DESE rules, the grant, whatever it is, that they're not allowed to hold kids back for
They
lack
don't even
of.
call it holding back anymore. They
Yeah.
call it reclassing. Reclassing.
Well, they have
And the
to
reality is, I've seen
redefine
more
everything.
kids reclass for advantages in sports. They want to be a
Right.
better hockey player because they're a year older, a year stronger, a year taller. We're letting kids who are not qualified for their current grade advance to the next grade from an academic perspective.
But the jocks.
But parents are keeping kids back so they have a better chance at a scholarship.
Right.
And I mean, if a kid's not prepared to move on, they should either get additional help so they can be prepared. Ideally, you never keep anybody back, right? I mean, if you can get that kid where they need to be, that should be the goal. But it's not, maybe that's a little extra work. Maybe it's meeting teachers after hours. Summer school. There are. It's not.
No.
Oh wow! I wish I was still a kid.
Well, the other thing we have to do is we have to go back to letter grades.
It's not because you failed and you.
It's additional help.
It's additional help, but it's not because you failed. I'll give you an example, right? My daughter went into her freshman year 3 grades behind reading level. 3 grades. She didn't get an IEP throughout her whole career in Methuen Public Schools. Her first 6 months at GLTS, they were like, Mrs. Maxwell, we agree with you. She needs an IEP. Now she's getting 5 days a week pull-out reading services, 5 days a week pull-out instruction, 5 days a week help with the executive functioning. She's getting all this help that she didn't need. But she was a straight A student in Methuen.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't know who her teachers were then, and I don't know who they are now. I will say, when you have a teacher identify how they can help get the most out of a kid, those are the people you want as teachers. The ones they love the kids.
Yeah.
They do
And
it.
most of them do.
My mother was a teacher for 40 years in the city of Boston. When she talked about her kids, she was not talking about my brothers and I. She was talking about every kid that ever went through her classroom.
I don't want to put this on the teachers because that's not a teacher problem.
You're
That's,
way too fucking nice. I'm just going to tell you right now. You are way
I'm just
too
saying
nice.
it's not necessarily the teachers. It comes from the top down. It's not them. And if they could hold kids back, I think they would. Because they truly want to help the kids. They do.
I
But
think
your daughter having problems 3 years behind grade level reading and advancing her is
almost
not
like having Lucy
doing
Weaver's
her a
back.
favor.
No, it's not.
What they're doing now for her is what she needs. And she'll get to where she needs to be because she'll put in the work, she'll put in the effort, and then she'll feel accomplished because she did it. She earned that promotion. She earned
Everybody
that.
thinks that's
100%.
huh?
Oh,
Okay.
we can hear us back on the side.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We're actually not going to rob that bag.
Dump that. You dump that? Go ahead.
no. I was just going to say, I don't disagree with a lot of the things that are being said here,
What's
but
Tom looking at this? You want to?
That's Intern Girl. I just took Intern Girl's picture.
oh, you got a picture of it.
And now I'm
earlier.
looking to see if it posted. I thought I posted it, but it's not there.
But here's the thing: is I think we do keep students back for certain issues.
Yeah, football, basketball, baseball.
Hockey, don't forget hockey.
I mean, our girls softball team is going to the tournament tomorrow,
Tiddlywinks.
so good luck to them. But I do think Methuen's got a rebuilding few years ahead of them, and not just within the school department, across the whole district.
But the question is, will you rebuild? If rebuilding is fine, and that's great. And
You have to. The house of cards is falling.
So
You gotta.
So
You have to.
Methuen going to do what it takes to get the kids the education they deserve?
Well, the mayor said he doesn't want a 2.5, Prop 2.5.
Okay.
He doesn't want to do that. I think the
Because
city council.
money doesn't solve all the issues.
Money
Any of the issues.
solves some of
Excuse
it.
my burp.
Putting it in the right place for it.
There you go.
Putting the money in the right place, but
Efficiently spending.
that's the thing is like the income coming into the city doesn't come close now to what we're spending.
Yeah. What does Methuen spend per student?
$18,000.
That's insane.
And how does that compare?
That's
to
insane.
Wait. But it's
right.
comparable.
So then the results comparable?
No.
Then that's not a money.
But we're also the 18th largest school district in the
Yeah, who
Commonwealth.
cares?
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Well,
It
it
doesn't mean
does
anything.
care because if you can't compare us to Andover size or Newburyport size,
Can I
small.
ask you a question? Are kids in Methuen inherently not as smart as a kid in
There
Andover?
you go.
Are you willing to say
Wait,
that?
say it on the mic.
Are kids in Methuen inherently not as smart as a kid in Andover or a kid in North Andover? And I would say the answer to that is no. So if those kids aren't getting the same results, but they're getting the same money, there's something
No.
wrong.
You got to look at the demographic of student too.
Why?
50.
Oh,
No. Let me finish.
Right.
51% low income,
Okay.
71 high needs.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Well, that's a lot of students. If you're talking about 6,800 students,
Low-income doesn't
that sounds an
Low
awful lot
income
like well, they're
matters.
black, so they can't
because
learn.
that's not
That sounds
that's not
an awful
about
lot like
blacks. That has to do with homeless people.
Yep.
That has to do with homeless.
Okay, so you're poor, so you can't learn.
Hold on. So
I love this argument.
Malden
Well, they
has
come
the
from
same
poor homes, so
numbers,
poor
and
kids can't read.
It's comparable. Malden is our most comparable district, and the results are better. Yeah.
so
But Malden has money coming into it. They have commercial spend. They also have the casino coming in money. They're near the city. They have an MBTA. Well, they're probably closer to the $20,000 mark.
How much they spend on students?
Yeah, they're probably close. Yeah, look it up. They're probably about 20 something. But we're 299 out of 350. Wait. No, say that because that's important.
It's not the kids or the parents in Methuen. It's not. We got to stop blaming the parents for the kids.
21,500.
Yeah, I was
all right,
close.
so a couple grand more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also more students too.
But why?
The
But
kids at GLTS are doing better than the kids at Methuen School High too. And those,
but I'm still trying to
Well, it's
find.
going to change now that it's a
Lottery.
merit based. When you take the best of the students who want to go to that school and you take them out of the system, the rest of the system, the average drops, right?
I said the kids at the GLTS from Methuen, Haverhill, North Andover, wherever, they're doing better than the students at Methuen.
But it was merit based. If applicants were
I mean, right,
selected
that's what my
based
thought
on merit,
was.
but on merit, right? Right. Well, there you go. Now it's not merit based. It's going to be luck of the draw. So working hard for all those years, like your daughter did, won't matter whether or not she can go to GLTS in the future.
Correct.
Because meritocracy is not what we are in our country anymore.
Right.
We want everybody to have the same chance, even if they don't work and earn it the same way.
And I want to go back to why every time we have a discussion about education, somebody who's considered an expert someone who's an elected official, and I'm not just talking about Nick, but every elected official here.
When have I ever said I'm an expert? Has anyone ever heard me use the word I'm an expert?
I think Tom said it for you.
You refer to the expert.
You refer to the expert,
Who's
so I'm
administration?
right. Yeah, the
The
insiders.
school administration.
The ones that have the doctorates and
Right,
But
right.
they're also saying they're the ones who might be the problem.
right.
You don't go to the
ask
people who created the
arsonist
problem to diagnose
when
the
it
problem.
comes when it comes to the kids and the students in Methuen, they are not the experts. The parents are.
Right.
And the parents.
Did you not hear me earlier talk about that? I think I said that.
She's not
I said
disputing
that.
you. Don't be so defensive.
Okay. I was like, the way it was coming off was like, I'm gonna.
But I'm trying to ask a question.
Every
I
year.
can't even get through the pre-part of my question because he gets introduced. But it drives me crazy. Yes.
Right.
Whenever I hear this argument,
Jill Biden just
Jump
said
over.
Jill Biden just said you're having a stroke.
I give up.
You can do mouth to mouth, right?
I'm gonna pass. I'd rather run the bash than give him mouth to mouth, to be honest with you.
Come on, go. Ask your question.
No. What drives me insane is that whenever you have this education discussion about underperformance, you always hear from every so-called expert, elected official, politicians, they always go to, well, X number of percent are poor, and X number of percent are Latino, and X number of percent are
Here's
black.
the thing: is
so you
wait,
think
quick
blacks,
question,
Latinos, and poor people can't read?
no.
Because that's kind of what it sounds like. Right, and it's the
Por
parents'
favor,
fault.
All right, you have. Let me know
Some
if this is
people
right.
they just said,
Let
"Did you
me-
talk
hold
over
on.
me?" Then
Let me
then
know if
dispute
this
it.
is right. Let me know if this is right.
Let him finish it up.
Come the holidays, a family leaves to go back to, let's say, India, Vietnam, Dominican Republic, hell, Texas. And they are gone for 4 months from the school district, okay? For 4 months, they're gone. Then they come back to Methuen in April after April vacation week.
Right.
That child got zero education
Right.
in those 4 months. But guess what?
You can't
Get re-involved. No, they
You hold them
didn't.
back.
They
You hold them back.
they re-enrolled in them, and that right there
Right.
plays with the numbers.
But how
Not
many kids
holding
are
it
doing
back
that?
or not.
But how many kids are doing
You'd
that?
be surprised.
5?
No,
12?
But
So
that,
then why aren't we putting a policy in place that if you have so many absences, you're automatically go back?
Repeat the question so they hear it.
Why aren't we putting a policy in place like Malden that if you have so many absences, they hold you back?
Try the cardinal sandwich. Try the cardinal sandwich. It's good. The sandwich. Try the cardinal sandwich. Yeah, it's prime rib. It's very good.
We just took a minute for a
Sorry.
commercial break, apparently.
Oh, okay. He looked hungry. I was trying to help.
Yeah.
He looked hungry.
Yeah, if Prime.
So that's my beef. My beef is whenever you talk about underperformance in any district, it doesn't matter where. The first go-to excuse is, well, X number of percentage of kids come from poor neighborhoods.
And
What?
here's
So that
the
means
reality.
they can't read?
But when you have a strong parent, a two-parent family, ideally, when you have a mother who spends time with their kids, look at Colin Powell. Look at our current vice president, for God's sakes. He was as poor as they get growing up in Appalachia. Like, he didn't have everything,
Clarence
and then
Thomas.
he ended up being an accomplished guy. There are many people who start, and don't get me wrong, they have a harder road than the ones who have it easy, and I understand that. But they still have the opportunity where we live,
And it still
if we
doesn't
give
have
them
any,
the education.
but it
they
also
need.
still has no bearing on whether or not they can do math or read.
Well, and I just want to emphasize that the reading is not on the parents. And I know a lot of people think that I stood on a corner and solicited votes instead of reading to my kids during election time, but that's not true. I read to my kids. It's not my job to teach my kids how to read, though. It is my job to read with them and spend time with them but if you think about it, on a 24-hour schedule, I'm with my kids maybe 4 hours out of a day.
But they're away.
Schools have my kids 8 hours a day. So
No, the parents are the first teacher the kid has. That's
Right.
the reality. When your kid is little, when the time my first baby was weeks old, my wife would sit there and shake one of those stupid toys over her head for hours on
Well,
end,
that isn't a
and
bikini.
that would be
That's your
just to
wife in the
stimulate
oh, that's
the
us.
child, and that's what they do. We're missing out on a conversation over here.
I take it back.
I mean,
Everything you say,
people can hear you.
I'm
Well, I
gonna
take it back. I think I might have said his wife was hot, but I definitely want to take that back.
I do think that's what you said. Were you talking of his wife?
My wife.
Well, he was scrolling through his
Like,
phone,
do
and I
you
thought it
have a
was porn,
picture?
so I looked.
Hold on. In fairness, do you have a
But it
picture?
was just a picture of
I
his
mean,
wife.
I question his taste sometimes. That's a very attractive family.
See that?
I mean, it looks like
I'm
you
still
have 3
taking this
kids. How old's your wife? Like 19?
No.
I was going to guess 12, but I'll go with yours.
I wanted to make her legal. I mean, I just felt like that was appropriate.
Yes,
So,
yes. Sorry, my wife is texting me.
So did he actually address that whole? Why do we say poor kids can't read? Why can't poor kids read? Why is that the excuse? Well, X number of kids are Latino. X number of kids are poor.
Well,
They come
no,
from a poor neighborhood. Right.
Well, that's
So
why
that
we
means
have a
they can't add
curriculum.
3 and 3
That
because they're
is
from a
why.
poor neighborhood.
That's why we have a curriculum. If they can't speak English or English isn't their first language, ELL has become a very big part of the curriculum in many of these communities now. Is to help students understand the curriculum and read. And it might not. That's the thing is grade level too. Those kids are bucketed into that grade level. And they are struggling because they are not English as a first language.
Right.
And my wife.
How many Latino teachers do we have that can relate to them and deal with them as diversity, equity, and inclusion?
It doesn't have to be a Latino teacher.
Well, but that wasn't the question.
My
The
wife.
question was
Spanish
Spanish-speaking would be a good thing.
Yeah, my wife speaks like 3 different languages, and she's not Spanish.
Yeah, but you're a Democrat, right? You support guys like Dan Coe, right? They're
You support Dan Coe, don't you?
Yes, I am, but that's a whole different.
Oh! You support Dan Coe too.
Yes, that's a whole different.
Thank you.
show.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
not a Democrat.
Thank you. Thank you. So
I guess that was the end of that point.
yeah, thank you. It comes.
But I believe support him because the midget supports him. That's why I support him.
So at the end of the day, ELL is a huge part of the curriculum now, and that's because Methuen has a very large English learning population.
Right. But what is the Methuen schools? I guess my serious point is, what is the Methuen schools doing to have teachers that can relate to them? We hear from the Democrat Party and the people who run the teachers union all the time that we need people who look like them so they can relate to them, but then they don't do anything. And the excuse we get is, well, they don't apply. Well, they don't apply because you're advertising in the Boston Flippin' Globe. You're not advertising on La Mega. You're not advertising in Rumble.
Can
You're not
only
advertising in
speak
El Planeta.
to the lower grades right now because my children are in lower grades. I think Miss Maxwell could speak to the higher grades.
No, he's in 4th grade.
Oh, he's in 4th?
Yeah. I mean, I had a daughter go through the higher grades, but my son's in.
I just want them to walk the walk. If you're going to talk about DEI, then just walk the walk. Hire a bunch of Latino teachers.
I'm going to argue with Tom for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to argue with Tom. I think you should hire the teachers that are best equipped to help the kid. Best qualified. Now, granted,
But their version of best is someone who hates Donald Trump.
Well, that's different. Qualified might include, when you have a diverse language population, it might include having those language skills. Correct. So, but let's pick the best kids. If they're the best teachers. If they're Spanish, if they're white, if they're black, it doesn't matter. I care more that the person you hire as a teacher loves kids and wants to positively impact that kid than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Years and years and years ago, when teachers were very poorly paid, they didn't
Poorly paid.
they're paid okay. They're not. If you break it down to an hourly basis and just look at the contract, it's a pretty reasonable pay. That's just reality, and I don't begrudge them. And I think good teachers are underpaid. How about that? But the problem is the unions overpay the less qualified teachers.
$100,000 a year. They were
All right.
92.
Many of them,
But I would venture to say that
a year. Many of them are breaking almost $100,000 a year, which is fine for a good teacher. It's money well spent.
That's tenured though, and most of our teachers are tenured now, and it's hard to keep the good ones on the younger side of their career, not age, career, because they're the ones getting bounced every time we cut teachers.
And I hate to defend teachers ever, but I'm going to. One of the problems that I also see is that these poor teachers, some of them, they would probably do a better job in the classroom if they weren't looking over their shoulder every 5 minutes for an administrator, following them from room to room to see if they're giving somebody a sympathy card because somebody died in their class, one of their colleagues' family members
I
died.
think for years we've been,
Or a teddy bear because they adopted a puppy, and having them stand up. Oh, you're speaking Spanish. I have 2 Spanish teachers who told me that they were speaking Spanish on their lunch, and an administrator came over and wrote them up for speaking Spanish on their lunch because they were excluding other people who didn't understand Spanish.
I don't think I believe that. But anyways,
I don't know one way or the other.
exactly. I think
So I'm defending teachers, and you don't want to believe it. So, okay. So I'm saying that the way the teachers are being treated by the administration also affects the way they do their job. And I think a lot of these teachers would do a
I
better
think
job
teachers have been.
if they were less worried about looking
The
over their
audit
family.
does show that. The audit does show that administration is terrible to their staff.
Well,
Thank
and
you.
And I've had some examples that
Are you
were
going to push for
addressed.
the entire audit to be released?
I believe it is released.
No, the entire audit. The unredacted. I want to see Mary Beth's name.
I have
and what
not
was said
seen
about her.
a redact. I've never seen this unredacted.
Nobody knows.
Well,
Well,
not
apparently
nobody.
someone has.
Nobody knows.
I mean, I got when I was on
Dan
the
Chevalier
council.
saw it. Mary Beth saw
When
it.
I was on the
Laurie Teagan saw
council,
it.
I was told that these are the positions, and these are, and you could correlate. I mean, if you want to give me a list of names of teachers or principals, I could probably easily say, well, that was probably that one, and that one's that one.
You could, but what about the poor parent who doesn't know all of those things that just wants to see how their schools are doing? What about the taxpayer that says, "How's my
but
money
if
being
you're-
spent?
if you're
I
at
want to read this."
If you're at the John Williams School, and there's 7 schools here, you're going right to John Williams. You're not paying attention to the other ones. You know that who that principal is at John Williams.
But if you're going to the John Williams School and the audit said that the principal at the John Williams School was a terrible principal, there's 3 principals there. So which one?
Right.
well, and it's keep in
The
mind,
one that has authority.
administrators
Release the audit. Release the audit. DJ needs to keep
Administrators-
his word again.
administrators should be focusing on making sure the teachers are doing their job. They shouldn't be focusing on the other stuff. And I can tell you, we've had great teachers in Andover, and we've had some teachers that honestly weren't so great. And the kids, no matter where they are, Methuen, Andover, North Andover, it doesn't matter. If they have a bad teacher for a year, it hurts them. They're playing catch up because they're falling behind. We've had teachers that when the administrator's sitting in the back of the room, they're doing a bang up job, and when they're not, they're shopping. All right. I mean, the reality is COVID was a wake-up call for parents who were there and were in the background watching these kids on Zoom classes, and it was abysmal with some teachers. There were other teachers that went above and beyond to engage kids. I mean, Andover, actually, the teachers union wrote a letter to the superintendent that became public that said, we're not told, remote teaching isn't part of our contract. And they wanted to renegotiate the contract as a result in the light of a pandemic. So it's kind of like, if you're really looking to renegotiate the contract to teach kids by Zoom, I understand it. My mother as a teacher would have had a real hard time doing it by Zoom. She was older, not technologically savvy, but she was retired at that point. There are other teachers that literally, it looked like they were producing the CBS News with something over their shoulder. They talk about Rosa Parks. Boom, Rosa Parks pops up over the shoulder. This teacher was amazing. My kids were going to have that teacher, and then he left for another school district. Right. And that's, I will say, from what I understand, that was based on the administrators at the time. And having key administrators who support their educators, who get them to engage with the kids and deliver for the kids is huge. Having them, argue about a sympathy card is kind of dumb.
Talk to me, Nick, before we end the show.
I agree. I'll answer you. I agree.
Talk to me before we go about the number of kids from New Hampshire and Lawrence who are coming into the system, and how the administrators are purposely trying to suppress the public from finding those numbers out. Right?
So,
I remember going all the way back to Jane and Gina Talley in that bogus executive session that they had with Steve Zanni.
I am under the impression that we currently audit 2 grades a year fully. And if we do get a student that is being reported that they are not from Methuen, without it being for some reason, like a parent works for the district or for homelessness, it is directed to the SROs, and the SROs are working with the principals and it's our administration staff at Branch Street, which is our central administration building, on looking at where they are actually laying their head.
Have they removed kids? Have they removed kids from the district as a result?
Yeah, we have in the past.
So let's get back to 2 years from now.
Back in the day too, Ian Goslin and the police officer or the superintendent at the time would actually drive in a car to their house. But that was
you used to have what we call truant officers.
That was
that would
15,
actually
20
go.
years ago, though. And that's the only way you would be able to do it.
Police in the schools?
It's almost like Morgan Freeman and Lean on Me. You remember when Morgan Freeman drove the house and realized they were homeless and they weren't living in the house? That kind of is what they're dealing with here. And So we are very strict, and believe me, my daughter is going into kindergarten next year, and I have my appointment next week to go in and prove.
Just don't turn it.
my-
Don't turn
wait,
it
wait,
into
wait,
civilian.
Let
That's all we
me
ask.
rephrase this. Prove my residency.
Right.
Show ID.
I have to show my bill,
You
my
have to show
tax
ID?
return. I got to show everything. Everything. I have to
I'm
show
telling
everything.
Dan Coe.
I got to show
You gotta
everything.
show your ID.
Yes.
I thought that was racist. I thought showing your ID was racist. Isn't that
Hey,
racist?
It's only
Hey,
Isn't that racism? It's only if they're going
You
to
want to
vote
hear something?
Republican.
You want to say that? I'm all for voter registration cards.
What about police in the schools?
Oh, how? What do you mean by police?
Police in the schools. Having police in the schools.
I think it's a
Physically in
good
the
thing.
schools to protect our schools.
I think it's a great thing.
Excellent. And when the
But
when
do
the
you know
left
who
wing
was-
lunatics
wait,
start
do you
pushing
know-
back on that,
Do you know I was my first run at school committee? I was the one that put all resource officers in all 5 schools.
I know Joe
With my
Sullivan
group.
was very big on that, and I know Judy Scannell hated every minute of it. And I would love to see it come back. I would love to see more
It
cops
is.
in the schools.
We have a cop in every school.
You do have right now at
Every school has a cop.
So now, are they being paid out of the police budget or the school budget?
It's a charge back, so
Okay.
it's both. It's
All right.
both.
Okay.
It's both.
So that's good. And you would fight to keep it that way if they wanted to take it.
Actually, there was a meeting that I was at, a budget meeting a few weeks ago, two or 3 weeks ago, that I had DJ on record that he wasn't going to touch the SROs.
Excellent. So, okay. So, I've been, all the questions I've asked you today is because I'm interviewing you to be the next mayor, and I want to get a gauge.
Is that another boom that just happened?
Yes. and I want to get a gauge as to what kind of a different mayor from DJ Beauregard you're going to be, because I'm really, after the whole thing with McNamara, now that I know that it's true, at least most of that is true, we need someone new. We got
I am
to
not
drive out a
running
guy
for
that's that
mayor
professional.
right now. I'm not running
No,
for
you
mayor
gotta run.
for
But if you do,
Would you support?
quite a while. Here's the thing: is I have 2 beautiful children that I've promised one of them that I'm going to be
His
their
wife would kill
softball coach,
you can do that.
and
100%.
you can't. No.
I feel like you're on school
Here's the
committee.
thing. Is you really need to be dedicated for the city of Methuen right now as mayor, and I think DJ is dedicating as much as he can to it.
Do you think he's doing a good job?
I don't think he's doing a horrible job.
Okay.
Do I think we
Sound
could?
like a,
Do I think
that's
we
a Dick
could?
Dizoglio answer.
But
Never
that's,
answers
but that's the
question.
thing. I think we could be doing better, all of us.
Okay.
It's not just him. It's the
So-
committee, the city council. There's a certain decorum and transparency that should be held for all people.
He told me at one time, and I think he has said it publicly, so I don't mind repeating it. He told me at one time, very, very recently, that his goal is to have unanimous vote for the new superintendent. Do you see that happening? Kristen says no. She was off mic.
She said no. Yeah, Kristen just said no. I'm optimistic that I do think we'll have a unanimous vote right now.
Okay.
that sounded like
And
Or someone other than
I don't think it's going to be Lisa.
Look,
I
he
don't
wants
think
it to
it's
be
gonna be
outside. I'm going to hold you to that. So it really should be
No,
outside.
it should be outside. And here's the thing: is this school committee's done a really good job. I think actually almost 90% of the votes we've taken has been unanimous.
Yep.
Because I think we're working collaborative on and off screen. I think Alejandro just put a great job fair together for the kids a few weeks ago. That
How much
was
fun
awesome.
is it to work with a genius like Alejandro, being such a young kid?
I've dealt with many Alejandros in the last 15
So
years.
you're telling me he's not special? That's what you're saying.
I don't think any politician's special.
I don't see him as a politician. I think the kid's a genius.
Oh, I think he's a really smart person. I think again, I could say the same thing about Ella McLaren. I could say the same thing about Ryan Dizoglio. I could say the same thing about
You think Ellen McLaren's a genius?
she won. She's on the city council.
Well,
I
that doesn't
think,
make her a genius. I mean,
I
she
think-
might be. I'm not saying she's not.
I think she's
I'm
a
asking your
well.
opinion. I don't
I
know
think
her.
she's a well put together individual. And if you're comparing students, they're both students.
Yeah.
Ryan Hamilton, well put together, did a great job. Look at where he's at right now.
Yeah, but look at what he's doing. He just does whatever his party tells him to do. He does what every
Look
other
at
rep is
where
doing.
he
He's
is
doing whatever
right
their party tells him to
It's
do.
the legislature in
Right,
Massachusetts,
right.
Didn't the Senate pass last yesterday the audit?
They really,
Or they're going to release.
But that's because they know it's not going to go anywhere.
And quite frankly, I mean, again, everybody's been beating the drum. If you look on Facebook, the Attorney General posts something about any subject at all, it's about 4,000 comments saying, "Hey, how about that audit?"
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, it's literally
Well, I love Diana's St. Patrick's Day song.
That was great.
That was
That
awesome.
was great.
actually selling T-shirts with that at the Democratic convention. My comment to that is, I think she would have sold a lot more at the Republican stage.
All right, give us some breaking news before we go, because we have to go. Intern girl has someplace to be. She's very high demand now that she's become famous and she has her own show. What did I just ask?
Breaking news. What's
Bring
breaking
give us something breaking. Tell us something we don't know. What?
I stayed up till 2 a.m. yesterday testing all these things.
Yeah.
And I came here so
Yeah.
early. Did you have to say that loud?
Well, I'm trying to help you out. You need to go, and we want to help you go.
You're in demand.
Why are you defensive about that? I'm being complimentary.
No, the way that you said it, you were like,
He's being complimentary.
No, I'm not.
He's being complimentary.
Because I don't care. I can stay all day or I can go. I mean, when I leave here, I'm going to
Tom
bed.
is not in demand. Like, Tom could
Yeah.
sit here until tomorrow.
I'm not in demand. You're the one that everybody wants to be with, right?
Breaking news.
Give him something right.
Yeah, like tell us something that people don't know that I can go back. I can write a story and say, "Hey, Nick Dizoglio told us that this is what's going on,
Or
and you should know about
give
it."
him information that he can't use your name. Say unnamed source.
You know what? Watch the Buzz the next time
I hate
with
you
Nick
so
and
much.
Jaina. Every
At least you
Tuesday
didn't
and
show
Friday
up with
nights.
Jaina. I would have been really pissed if
You
you
know.
did that.
Oh no! Actually, you're breaking. I'm actually going to be in Florida with Jaina.
Are you serious?
Yes, we're going to be down there at the same time.
Oh,
So
we're not going together.
Oh no, we're going to go
All right.
together for a few days. Yep.
We got to break
Families are
these
gonna
two up. We
come
gotta find a way to
together,
break
you know.
these two up. I don't like this at all. Not
Yeah,
even a little bit.
we're going to share an ice cream and watch the
No.
fireworks together. The girls will go run off. Yeah. Then
That's
you
it.
will hold my hand.
That's it. I'm telling her
Main
first
Street,
husband.
USA. Oh, he can be. He's my pal. I love him.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're in a. I think we're gonna have a.
Tell us something that's coming up. Give us something. Give us a preview of things something that's coming that people don't know about.
I think.
Are you going to announce for mayor soon?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Are you going to announce for mayor soon?
No, I'm not running for mayor anytime soon.
He
but-
says no, but you see how quickly he put that microphone in front of you to make sure everybody heard the question.
Say it again.
No, I think right now for me, I'm not going to run for vice chair for the second year.
Well, that's too bad.
I think I'm gonna.
So then it probably ends up going to Laurie or maybe even worse, Mary Beth. Can't have
I'm
that.
fine with Mary Beth in Alejandro as the next year. I would be happy with that. I think right now I gotta step back a little bit. I got where I think I even said it to Kristen when she was on. I only wanted it for 1 year. To get us in a good spot with the budget to really get the group together. And
But you fixed everything. So your
no,
work is done.
we didn't work. We didn't fix everything. But I think what's going to end up happening in the next few months is getting some security into the schools. We're going to have some additional detection programs inside the school, weapon detection programs. I think we're also going to be pushing forth for some.
Talking about metal detectors?
No, they're not metal detectors. They're not metal
These
detectors.
AI things you walk through and it
Okay.
predict if you have a weapon.
And I think we're going to have some stricter policies in the high school to combat a few of the issues that we currently have. And we are moving forward with redistricting or realigning the schools. We're going to go out for
When
an
you say
RFP.
redistricting, you mean as far as like where your kid goes?
Where your kid
Okay.
goes. Yeah, it's a little overdue.
What about, last question, what about the teacher? So I broke a story. There's a teacher under investigation for a supposed inappropriate relationship with a student. We don't know if that's true or not. However, everybody denied it.
Mhm.
Everybody denied it. And then all of a sudden the schools came out with a press release. So now that the schools came out with a press release, how come we don't hear anything about a follow-up? What's the follow-up? Is the teacher still here? Did we let her go? Is it still ongoing? What's the resolution?
Here's the thing: is you see
It's
these
public money. We deserve to know.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can really say is it's not criminal, because if it was criminal, she would have been behind bars already. Like
Right.
we see the teachers on the news every day. That one in Salem recently that got arrested and is now being charged.
But we want to know what the resolution is. She back to work? Is she still out on leave?
I believe she's still out on leave, and I know DCF was working on their investigation, and once things are wrapped up.
I mean, I hope it's not true, but whatever does happen, I think the
What
public
is
has the
not
right
true
to
is there was nothing criminal.
Right.
So other than if she broke any rules or policies,
Mhm.
that's on her and the administration
Mm-hmm.
to align and finalize.
Right. But we've seen so many times in the past that they don't.
No,
They get
usually
swept
they
under the
do.
rug.
No. Usually do, and you probably don't see the teacher there anymore. They probably either resign or they are
Shouldn't they
fired.
be telling the public when they do that? Why does everything have to get swept under
But
the
it
rug?
hasn't
Why is
happened
everything-
yet. Nothing's
But
happened.
I'm saying,
yet.
like, when it does happen, we never hear about it. They never issue a press release to say, "Hey, we got
Usually
removed the
it's a
teacher."
personnel matter, so they hide behind the personnel. I do think when you're in a position of public trust, like a teacher is, you should be held to a high standard. Same with police officers, same with firemen, and you should be held to a high standard. And there should be some transparency at some point. Now, you should be able to have some minor, like you didn't follow a rule or a policy that might be less significant without it being a public thing. But if their pay scale is public, if all that stuff is public, if there's something that's a significant transgression, it should probably
I
be
agree.
a public.
Because we certainly hear about it if it's a cop, right?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
Or if it
it's
was a male teacher.
All right, if it was a male teacher,
right.
right?
Oh, as a female
sure.
teacher, I don't.
I just want to say something. The majority of residents have gone to public schools.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Public schools are an amazing.
Except for the two that were in the CIA, they went to
You said something
Phillips.
about Phillips Academy,
Right.
And I said, yeah.
Except the two Bushes, they went to Phillips.
3 presidents have went there.
Right. All right, I gotta read our sponsors. We gotta wrap it up because I know that intern girl is gonna be on Univision later on, and then she's gonna be on Telemundo. And I posted that picture of you about a half an hour ago, and my phone has been blowing up.
I was going to say, she didn't have a date before you posted the picture.
Yeah, but
now
she's
got 4.
7 now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Final words, Kristen Maxwell, former school committee member and community hero, First Amendment Award winner. Nothing.
When are you running for city council?
I am not running for anything.
How about mayor? I hear there's somebody doesn't want to run for mayor, so there's an opening. And Tommy Duggan's endorsement has not been secured by anybody yet.
No, you know what? I think
Probably
I
gonna go to
have.
Delhi,
I think I have a. I think I'm able to speak more freely when I'm not in a position of school committee or city council.
Right.
So I'll just participate in public participation.
I'll support Nellie. Nellie would make a great mayor.
Me too. Nick's not running.
We got to convince her to run. We keep saying no, even though we know he really means yes. So now we have to pretend that we believe him, and then pretend that
Tom,
we
if someone says no, please don't say they really mean yes. That's just a
well,
bad look.
But we know
I'm
that's
just saying.
true. No does not mean no. I'm sorry, it doesn't. So,
I'm not going to touch that
that's
with
the,
a 10
that's the,
foot
well, you're a lawyer. You can't.
All I'll
But
say
it is
is
a-
I appreciate the conversation. Thank you. I don't always agree with you, but hey, I live and work in Methuen here, and I don't always agree with the city council. I don't always agree with the school committee or the mayor, but I think my behaviors prove that I can work with anyone and participate. And I do got to give the kudos to the city council for passing the budget recently. I know they had some hard cuts.
Are you going to come back to the council and ask for more, or are you guys done?
The mayor's asking for a few bucks, a few million, and that will be at the next city council meeting.
All right.
So I appreciate that.
I'll make sure Jana reads my letter at the next school committee city council meeting.
Special ed, there's 4. No, that's separate. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
Jillian
separate.
Guzman still does not have a special ed teacher for her kid, and she spoke in January at the council meeting, and it's June.
She hasn't had a teacher since October.
Right. That's disgusting. If she didn't hear her at home, she said she hasn't had a teacher since October.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting. Especially when she got up in a public meeting and complained about it, and still no one has rectified that.
Squeaky
Just
wheel didn't
imagine.
get the oil, huh?
Yeah.
So Squeaky Wheel didn't get the oil.
No, usually it
So
does.
it's unfortunate because she was fighting for her kid.
Right.
Right.
All right, last words.
What do you got?
Anybody?
I want to do a walk around.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Last words, Doug?
I got nothing. I just
All right,
came to
okay,
say
Nick,
I
last words?
actually came for the oh. All right, so sure, I'll
And
do
so
a
I'm gonna-
plug. He's talking to the sponsors. I'm one of the sponsors.
Right.
I'm
Market yourself, dude.
self promotion, right?
I didn't do my ba-ba-bas earlier.
Yeah, I never do the blah blah blah. No. He's offended by that, but it's like, no, sorry, it's not.
Our sponsors real quick while she gets ready to go into the kitchen and show you guys Brando's North Andover. Century 21 McLennan Real Estate, Brando's in Haverhill and North Andover where we are today. Town Roofing, that's Kristen Maxwell's husband Andrew. Although he looks young enough to be your son. That's kind of weird, right?
No, that's
No, it's not a compliment.
Chachi's Junk
That was just
She
that
was
was,
at the
that was a
Daisies
little
Department
inappropriate.
today for some
it's also
reason.
my company.
Chachi's Junk Removal, La Despierta, Lawrence, Zini, Pesh, Laura, what's the name of your show? If we're going to be promoting La Despierta, we should be promoting your show.
He didn't call you old. He just said you looked old.
El Poder del Salvador. Yeah. Your intern girl. No, we do a swap. Well, we're supposed to be doing a swap. I don't know if she's actually swapping.
That's good.
On the go notary, Marston and Son Construction, EIS, Investigation and Gun Training, Tomo and Shaken Seafood, Veterans Pathway, AFC Urgent Care, Pleasant Valley Landscaping, Contractors, Prime Insurance, the Doug Mercurio Law Office, Prime Insurance Services, and a free shout out to our buddy Paul Lambert at Lambert and Randone, and JG's Ice Cream, because even though it's cold and rainy, today is a great day for JG's Ice Cream.
Every day is a great day for ice cream.
Absolutely is. Thank you to intern girl, who I think she's just tired. She's mad at me now. And thanks to everybody who came, especially I feel bad that your brother Ryan Dizoglio from the city council was here, didn't get a chance. Came with his beautiful girlfriend Nicole, who was on our
I'm not sorry.
Taste of Methuen judge. She's one of our judges. And Nick, Doug,
He
and
learned
Kristen.
everything.
And Billy from
from just
Brandos.
watching me.
Thank you, Billy from Brandos, for letting us come over here and Minga over there. And that'll be it. I guess intern girl's going to take you guys on a tour of the kitchen.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Warn them. Warn them.
Right?
I'm gonna leave that mic on.
All right. Okay.
Leave the mic on. We'll comment.
So I'll say as many inappropriate things as humanly possible.
Oh my god.
Right? No. Was there ever a doubt?
She's walking around here. Hold on. Going through the kitchen. Dangerous to go through the kitchen. Although it's new, so that's a good thing. No, I think it's on. I don't know. Tell intern girl to grab a cannoli out of that refrigerator when she's walking by. No chocolate chips and none of that.
I gotta go.
That was fun.
Oh, your mic's on.
I will say one thing about Nick, and we don't always agree on things. We like to give each other shit, but at least he. Well, if they, I'm saying it for anybody that wants to hear it. I don't care. But at least you are accessible to the public. You're transparent. You take the phone calls. You know, there's other people that I don't want to mention any names, but you have a couple of colleagues, Nick, that they say they're all for the kids.
She texted me the other day and goes, "You're a dick," and then I go,
Well, you are.
I go, "Well, I make you wrong."
Well, you are kind of. There are times.
I'm blunt.
You gotta give it to me. I'm honest. I'm not kidding. People can hear you.
He tried to tell me one day that Dan Coe's not white because he's Lebanese, and I'm still stuck on that.
They can hear you.
That's okay. Why, am I saying anything I wouldn't say publicly anyway?